to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back, on the turntables back, on it spinning on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back, spinning on the turn, and spinning on the turntables back.
Right there. You know, I could totally make that go longer. But I've chosen that we're starting early, and it's totally my fault.
Oh, well, I'm not talking for another 5 minutes.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, are you actually like live?
Yes,
Right
I'm
now?
live now. Hi, chat.
Bro, go.
No, we're yapping now until you're done.
Well, my chat won't hear you.
That's fine. We'll explain better when you're live. Why is Akko upside down? Akko's in Australia still.
I'm in Australian mode according to you.
Hold on, let me actually fix Akko's model. Why is it not letting me click on it? It's not locked. There we go. There we go. Akko is no longer in Australia. Oh,
How
Sonic.
dare you?
Sonic Rush, best Sonic. Best Sonic. Yes, completely agreed. Right, time to make Lumilore grow some more. Oh, did you hear why I got a massive influx of viewers last night? Akko's dead apparently.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the music right now.
Okay, we'll talk about it then. I have something to mention to you, Temp, but I forgot it. Well, when you remember it. There you go. Just when you remember it. Oh, I will totally admit I started early because
You tried to beat out my timer.
I tried to beat out Akko's timer, and I technically did.
Uh-huh. Well, you did, but now you're the funny looking one.
I am the funny looking one. Akko baited me, and it worked.
You are the odd yippee out.
I hate these. I'm gonna send this to Dom. Where's Dom's DMs? When did I last DM Dom? No, it was not that long ago. When did I last DM him? There he is. It's not. That is not safe for work. Discord. There you go. Whatever. Otherwise, chat. Hi. Does that make Akko a fed? Oh, what's even the point of doing this? Dawn has done nothing to you. Does that make Akko a fed?
That's not how that works.
But yeah, chat. I'm a little early, so we'll actually be starting Dogwave proper soon.
Yes, I have a special little clip that I'm gonna share when I go live. The clip I made for this mostly.
Why Temp? Why what Magma? Why what? Welcome Simez. I remember what it was. You can get a Pyra and Mithra skin for Noah's sword. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I forget if it's just a straight DLC for 3 or if it's an unlockable in the DLC. No, it's Noah's sword. So it has to be in the base game, not the expansion. Maybe I gotta complete the expansion to get that.
Fuck, I forgot to switch over a sound setting for this.
Nice.
I forgot the VLC media. I forgot to reset VLC media. Hopefully that works.
Now I can sit down.
Okay. We'll see. 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 You can sit down. Although you'll be wiggling. You'll be wiggling here. Oh goodness.
So it's like over 100. Well, I'm gonna say 95 degrees in my office.
Oops.
It's warm. It's toasty.
Oh goodness, that is fan fucking tastic.
Didn't you make that like
I did.
Like really fast.
I literally did. I did. I used all of my editing skills to do that in literally like 5 seconds. I need to readjust myself. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dogwave. Woof.
Woof woof. Hi, chat. Dogwave.
I love how I need to like make an animation where your mouth moves on your yippee whenever you talk, just so that it's not because it would look better if it did that. Here, I zoom in.
You mean like?
There we go.
Well, don't you do that already? It should do that.
Well, no. So what it does is the mouth just opens, but it does not close while you're talking. The idea is to have it open and close while you're talking, because that's cuter.
Right. Okay. Metal Gear Solid Delta is in 2 days or 4, the standard edition. I heard from what I'm hearing about people who played the game early, like against reviewers, but it's actually good. But I don't
Keeping
know.
the low effort.
Dogwave, welcome, Jagan. It's unlockable through 100% Ouroboros for pirate and level 20 base classes and weapons origin
I should zoom
upgrade
in.
to, or get amiibo. Oh, right. It is the amiibo as like the easiest way. Luckily, I already have the amiibo. That'd require me to play
Use it.
Xenoblade again for a while. It's been a long time since I played Xenoblade.
Dude, I've just decided that I have no time to replay some games.
Mitsu is quiet.
Mizu is
I'm not
quiet.
Mizu.
There is no Mizu. There is no Mizu.
But
here, let me turn him up. Sorry, chat. There we go. You should be louder now. Sorry, my brain.
So, can we just start saying I'm the red one then?
Yes, you're the red one. because nobody's gonna say your name. You'll join the unnamed eventually.
Yeah. There is no
I can't hear
Mizu.
Doge.
That's how quiet he is.
That's how quiet it is.
There you go.
Exactly.
I can't hear Doge. Well, now you can hear Doge. Hi, chat. Suck it, Blue.
Now,
Tim.
chat, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of a break. I have a mild headache because I didn't drink a lot of water today. That is my problem.
You need to do what I did.
What?
I got a pretty sizable thermos, and I only use water for it. And I constantly have water on my desk. And I take it with me everywhere.
bottles of water. Well, listen, what work provides to me quite a lot of water, so that's not the issue. The issue, the camera's too high. Lower it to keep our focus. I see what you're doing there, Farrell. I find you funny. We'll lower it just a little bit. Lower it just a little bit. If you super chat, maybe I'll make it a little bit lower. Anyway, welcome to Dogwave. Tonight is a special episode. I don't normally like make the thumbnail like drama focused because Dogwave is not a drama podcast. Even though like we talk about pop culture and pop culture sometimes devolves into drama, we don't often do that because you are not a drama person. Or at
No,
least
I'm
you
not.
You like to try and not be a drama person.
I
With
don't
the yippee
mind
problem,
being drama, but
you don't want to be a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of it. It's one of the reasons why
I get it.
I didn't want to do VTubing at all to begin with.
I get you. So it's just like
But-
normally we don't cover drama on this podcast. However,
We'll make
there
a
is
special
a reason.
exception.
There is a special exception. Only because me and Temp are intimately, and that sounds kind of gay to say,
It sounds
but we
very
are
gay.
intimately familiar with the topic for today. However, if that is what you're here for, it's not going to be an immediate talking point.
No.
Because we're gonna get a few small things out of the way before we jump over to that. I apologize if that's what you are here for. It won't be like all the way at the end of the stream. All right, it's gonna be a little bit into the stream.
I want to make it clear for those who came to my stream because of my thumbnail, where we're talking about the cease and desist from Square. That is still on the menu. It's just that is a larger topic, like the one Occo wants to do. So we're gonna kind of get through some of our smaller ones first before we dive into the big ones.
Exactly. It's not gay if the tips don't touch. This is true.
But yeah.
Anyway, how was your? We're not gonna like jump immediately into this either. So let's do what we should do whenever we start these off. How was your week?
Hot.
Hot? Really?
We're in the
You
middle of
sound
a
like
heat
it
wave
was
right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm gonna put it this way: you've been to our house, so
I have. And
so
how
you
hot are
know
we talking about?
when the living room temperature marker already says 91 degrees.
Yeah.
You can imagine how hot the offices are.
Well, I mean, you guys don't really have a lot of AC cooling
We
in
don't
your
have any
apartment, do
AC.
you?
And when I stream, my office door is closed.
Right.
So hot.
We're gonna talk about the Bungie CEO.
There's really
We
not
will
much to
talk about
talk about
you know
there.
what,
But yeah,
we'll
we'll
talk about
it.
that first, but there isn't much to talk about because the Bungie CEO. Oh my gosh, we lost him. He's left. We'll
Pete
get
Parsons
to that. Well, I mean,
is gone.
Pete Parsons is gone, and a lot of people are probably celebrating this. However, they are immediately turning around and realizing that the guy that replaced Pete Parsons isn't any better.
The guy
and
that
in
replaced
fact
Pete
might
Parsons
actually be worse.
Is so. I guess we're just going into it now because it's like literally a nothing burger.
Yeah, let's go into it right now. Let's just go into it right now, and then we can continue talking about the week.
Yeah. The guy that replaced Pete Parsons is Justin Truman. For those who don't know who Justin Truman is, he's the one who did the Gamescom Bungie dev not interview, but like documentary is the really wrong word. The conference where they were explaining how live service models work, and he's the one who said never over deliver.
Yeah, and that is one of the most dumbass things I could ever hear out of a guy that wants to try and sell his game to people, telling people don't plan on over delivering, instead just like I don't get that. I don't get that whatsoever. It's just like, are you trying to tell people not to buy your game? Like, because I mean, it's working. Nobody's playing Destiny right now.
Yeah, Warframe. Ironically, here's what's funny: Warframe, Guild Wars, WoW, and 14 are all seeing spikes in players.
Mm-hmm. After he said that, or just in general?
In general, because Destiny is shitting the bed.
Fair enough.
MERS.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I get the Nemesis
what I will tell you,
recommended
chat.
every now and then. Oh, I don't. I don't know why I don't.
The only thing I get in my recommended is my stream I did of them, which, by the way, I need to apologize, chat. I feel kind of bad because for no reason whatsoever, I re-listened to all of my streams, and that one just like came across my feed because sometimes I randomize what I want to listen to. That one came across. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna re-listen to that one. I noticed that chunks of the stream are missing, and it bothers me. Thank you for the 5, by the way. Here, I'm gonna reread all the super chats later that I have to turn down. But like, it bothers me, and I was like, why the fuck am I not able to play it? And then I realized that Dawn likes to use Persona 5 music, just like every other fucking VTuber in the world has to use fucking Persona 5 music. And there are certain points where it did copyright claims because it was Persona 5 music.
Yeah.
And I just like, and me and my dumb brain, instead of just thinking, oh, I'd rather preserve this, I was like, nah, we're just gonna have it remove all of the audio. And so there are chunks of it that are missing, and I'm upset about that because it's just like, damn it, there's a lot of this here that was useful, and it's my fault for not backing it up before doing all that. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I'm gonna use tonight as a replacement anyway. Tonight is my replacement to all of that. It's probably going to be less all over the place, because I will say that the previous stream, while I don't hate the previous stream I did, I feel like it was a little all over the place.
It was a little all over the place.
That's
And what's better about this time, I don't remember if that stream had a lot of people in it, but I can guarantee tonight will just be me and Occo.
It had you and Astolfo in it, and I will say right now, nobody else but me and Temp are going to be in here, because only me and Temp are going to be talking about this, because me and Temp are very intimately aware.
Yes.
Of, and I don't say that again to be weird, but me and Temp are very intimately aware of the topic of tonight, and it is something that I think that we haven't really had the proper chance to talk about. I think that that during that day, there probably was plans for me and you to talk about it a little bit more. I don't remember, but like that stream that we reacted to took so much time.
Yeah.
So much time and so much effort to go through the entire thing. that we just didn't go through everything. Like if I didn't have another stream after that, I would have been content doing a full 10 to 12 hours just talking about the history of Dawn. Legitimately, I would have been fine with that
Mhm.
because there is so much to sift through.
Uh,
Not only is there so much to sift through, but there's so many screenshots that I have not like looked through in multiple years, basically.
I do want to answer your question in your chat. Mikuru has asked, who is Temp? Hi, I'm Temp.
You're Temp.
I'm the little on the Occo stream, the Yip dog, but on
He's
my
the
screen is
dog.
just the dog.
Eventually, you're gonna get a cute model.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a cute model that you then won't turn around and then turn into something that's just a ripoff of a fake character.
You know how many people I asked for help with designing? I asked Dom.
I'm sure quite a lot.
I asked you. I asked Amal. I talked to Amal the most, actually.
I feel bad because, like, I know you asked me a lot, and I promise you, I was not dismissive.
No, I know you were busy.
I think when you asked me, I was busy. Was that right? Right when I was making the Cinder video?
I think
that might
it
have
was,
been right
yeah.
around that time.
Because you were like, know. And I'm not getting mad at Occo when I clarify this. Occo was pressuring me. He was like, hey, you need to get to work on this. I owe you money, and we're gonna make this what we're doing. So I was trying to rush through the design. But because I'm kind of, like, particular about how I do designing, I usually like throwing ideas at the wall and seeing if it sticks. And the wall in question are friends.
Yes, pretty much. And for those that don't know, I pay Temp monthly to do all of my IT work. And basically, I pay him, like, what? Was it $30? Yeah, it's $30 a month, basically, to do all of my IT work.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I'm probably going to pay you more when I have a lot of other stuff. I mean, okay, so here's
you already have
I told
a lot
you
of
my
other
plan.
stuff.
I do. I mean, I'm going to have some Raspberry Pis eventually, but those are not going to be doing anything incredibly terrifying. The Raspberry Pis are just going to be they're just going to be there. Plus, I don't know what kind. I don't think your networking stuff would fit on the Raspberry Pi. I mean, maybe it would.
Maybe it would.
I would have to probably. I would probably have to put like an
honestly,
external
if
hard drive on it.
With what you're learning anyway, it might be better for you just to do it anyway. For the Raspberry Pi.
No, that's the plan. My plan is eventually to learn that kind of IT, and I promise I'm not going to replace you. I promise. All right. My goal is not to do this just so that I stop paying you money. My goal is to do this.
Yeah,
so
I don't
that
lose money.
I'm still gonna pay you afterwards. You'll be like my only you'll be my only paid mod.
To be fair, Aka's not paying me to be a mod.
No, but we can joke and say that part of your duties is.
We already do that joke.
And
Temp's Jubilees will be
See, there we go.
Ironically, this is the only hint I'm gonna give on stream for the new dog model. Temp's tits are going to be massive, like Akko's.
They're not going to be above. They're not going to be above.
They're not going to be above. At most, they're going to be on par.
Yes, I know Temp is like. I know he's joked about it, but like he can't surpass. I've told Ari you cannot let him surpass.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. Here, I'm gonna make it like.
Makes it sound like such a dumbass. Like
it is extremely dumb.
It's like an extremely female. Like, oh, you can't surpass me.
But
she can't be better than me.
At the same time, I will admit I have a limit on like tit size. Will the new doggo still have peppermint hair? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
We'll have to get a new doggo color afterwards too.
Yeah,
because
we're gonna
the doggo
when
is...
the new. I'm not gonna say when the model's done. When the design is done, we will be doing.
Are you gonna show it?
No. I intend to get a new little ship. I intend to get a new Yippee, and I'm gonna get a Doro because it's funny.
Okay. Them titties are trademarks? Yes, I trademarked these titties. All right, they're mine. You can't get any bigger.
Bigger than Mizu's, obviously. Temp is now a Janny. Rip Temp.
Exactly.
Is this about the blackmail thing earlier this week? No, that's a nothing burger.
Blackmail.
Remember when I told you I DM'd you about that?
You talked to Chad about that? Did you want to give a brief TLDR for people that don't know about that?
So I'm not going to go into explicit detail. But someone came to me warning me about another person in the Minecraft community. That same person, another person, the one that I was warned about, approached me. And wouldn't tell me who they were. And then they immediately started trying to blackmail me for my Minecraft account.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been blocked and banned out of the server, and I have nothing to do with them. So that's a nothing burger. It's all gone. But it was funny. It was just in the moment. It's like they tried, and it's like, you know, you have no power over me, bitch.
Thank you for the 5, Mercenary. I appreciate it. So Scam, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And again, chat, I will reread all of the super chats that we talk over just because yes. I'm trying to get better about making sure that super chats are read out correctly and properly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, the
I'm
blackmail
shocked,
was
but
a
not
nothing
shocked.
burger.
It wasn't even really blackmail. It was just like, "Hey, buddy," and then says your IP address. How about you give me your Minecraft account?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's like, no.
I'm good, thanks.
I'm good. Again, I did change my Microsoft password. But that's all I
probably
did.
a good idea. Probably a good idea, in my personal opinion.
So. But yeah.
So that's what happened to you this week?
That's what happened to me this week.
Fun.
I'm getting back into Claire Obscure.
That's good.
Mostly.
Sorry, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
I was just gonna say I've got Minecraft on in the background, and I got a kiwi bird egg, and I hatched it immediately into a kiwi, and I'm so happy. Now I have 2 kiwis.
I'm gonna answer the question from Don. Don, how of all things they wanted, why your Minecraft account? Funny you asked. It's because I went to Minecon 2011, the first official Minecon. Meaning I have the cape on my account from Minecon. That red creeper cape, my character in Minecraft wears that. That cape is valuable. So, instead of asking me to buy my account, which I would obviously say no, some people would like to try and exploit you for it.
Yeah. Well, here, I'm gonna play a clip. Chat. It's kind of just like this.
Like
there, yeah. It's like, you ain't fucking stupid. You ain't gonna do that. Maybe a kiwi farmer in Minecraft. Yes, I got 2 here, Chad. I'll show you very briefly. Oop, wrong one. I could just do that. I forgot that I have the Dogwave thing has the. There you go. Look, I got 2 little kiwis. Unfortunately, you can't put name tags on them. I tried to put a name tag on them. You can't put a name tag on them, so they'll be unnamed kiwis.
Yeah.
And eventually, I'll start a little kiwi farm.
Extortion
and then the kiwi,
is a bit cheaper.
I gotta find a brownish dog that can watch over them and make sure that they don't escape. And he can watch over them and make sure that they stay safe.
But yeah, as far as the dog model, I'm waiting on my artist to be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Once they're done with it, then I can start commissioning art, and because I want to get a whole slew of emotes with the new design.
Well, I'm waiting so I could, because like your birthday, I need to get.
I
need to start working on your birthday. I know what I'm gonna do. I already know what I'm gonna do. Like, as soon as Ari gives me the sketch, I'm gonna pay him, and then I'm gonna tell him immediately, this is what I want for your birthday. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I already know what I want to do.
I get the reason why Akko's doing it now, chat. My birthday's in October, and we're practically at the tail end of August.
I wasn't gonna say when
You've
your
already
birthday
said
was.
when my birthday was.
I don't recall this.
You did.
I don't recall this. Listen, this accidental doxing you keep blaming me for does not exist.
I'm admitting it's in October, and that's it.
Okay, listen. All right, fair enough. I won't belabor the point, but
you can make more kiwi farms and sell them to a 4chan.
Why is your chat not showing up for me? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, is it not?
Restream might be broken.
Connected? Restream could be broken.
Because, like, I say that...
No, it's not broken.
It's not broken, okay. Hi, Temp, how you doing? We're doing good, Avenged. But yeah, when the new model, or when the new design is done. Because the model... I fully admitted to Akko, I don't expect the model to be done until, like, if I started it immediately after getting it done, the design, I still wouldn't expect it to be done until, like, this time next year.
I doubt it will take that. Like, if you tell Ari, hey, could you have it done
well-
in like 3 or 4 months, he'll probably do that, unless he's got a massive backlog, which
Well, that's
maybe
the
he
thing, though,
does.
is,
I
like,
don't know.
it's not overly important. It's like
This is true.
I'd rather it be done when it's done and properly.
Oh, I would like it done properly as well.
That's why I'm okay
And
waiting.
again, I cannot wait to see the initial
And
design
by done
because
next
I'm
time, this time
excited.
next year, I do mean like the model and the rigging. So
And it will be fan-fucking-tastic.
yeah, there will be jiggle. I promise you, there will be jiggle.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I'll find make sure that you get an artist to help out with that. Anyway.
Oh,
I
don't want to say, I don't want to show the art, but you know the artist that did that funny dual thing mask latex thing that you did for Akko and Hikari?
No. I don't remember this.
I'm gonna DM it to you.
Okay, thank you. Listen, the amount of art that I have,
No,
I'm trying to diversify.
I get it. There.
What did Don do? We're getting there.
We're getting that'll,
okay, yeah, that one.
They followed me.
Oh, good for you. They're good artists.
Yeah.
They follow me too. I what's funny is I have a couple of artists that I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you following me? And they're like, well, I like your VTuber model. I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Just to let you know, I'm not political, but I talk about drama. And they're like, well, I won't like interact with your drama, but I want to follow you. And I'm like, okay, sounds good with me. Like, I'm not going to tell you can't follow me. I'm just letting you know that's what I do. And a lot of them are like, whenever you want to get a commission, let me know. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
sounds good to me.
When the new dog design is done, I'm sure I'm gonna get a few of those too.
Yep, that's what you do. That's what you do.
So.
That's what you do.
But yeah, we probably should get into the topics because actually, what did you do this week? You should get through you and then.
I'll be quick because I already talked a lot about my autism with my computer setup thing I'm working on. Excuse me. It's got a name. The home lab I am working on is slow but steady. So the last update is I got the new mini rack. It is a 4 Utah rack. Your dad would know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what that means. And the rack is now sitting in my living room with the Yippie that thought that it is now that it gets to inhabit that. Unfortunately, the Yippie doesn't know that once the rest of the components come, it doesn't get to live inside the little box anymore. Quick recap for people, chat. I am working on a home lab system. This is the first like mini project I'm doing because eventually I would like to buy a server rack and I'd like to fill out that server rack with a bunch of things I want to do. Such as a media server so that my family can give me their DVDs and then I can put their DVDs on basically a media server. I also would like to do a whole lot of other crazy random crap, but I'm in the beginning stages of that. Yep, crazy random crap. I'm in the beginning stages of that. And in the beginning stages of that, I've got this little setup I'm doing. And this little setup is going to be a mini NAS. I'm going to get 2 hard drives. Excuse me. And I'm going to mount them on a Pi hat that connects to SATA, which I didn't think was possible. And I know that you and I talked about this. You aren't sure how fast the Pi would be in terms of like being able to compute through the SATA connection.
Yeah, the last time I used a Raspberry Pi, they were not as good.
Well, the last time you used a Raspberry Pi, how long ago was it?
Like 10 years ago.
Okay, so here's what I will tell you. Raspberry Pi, like 10 years ago, that was probably the Raspberry Pi 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We're at the Raspberry Pi 5 now, and the Raspberry Pi 5 is 10 times faster than the 4. It gets so fast now that it actually needs active cooling, otherwise it will start getting throttled, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I am not expecting it to be perfect, but the SATA hat is supposed to transfer with I think up to 500 megabytes per second. I might be saying the wrong thing, but it's supposed to transfer decently fast and put stuff in. We don't accept abuse. Okay, don't chat. I will say, do not like throw that kind of stuff in chat. I don't agree with that. If you don't stop, I'll have to delete it. But like, but yeah, so. My goal is to make a mini SATA that will hold basically all of my streams and videos.
Yep.
And then afterwards, my next goal is I want to get a second one, and the second one is I'm thinking that maybe I'll see if I can start mining Bitcoin with it. Just for
Oh
fun.
boy.
Maybe not Bitcoin. I did some research, and maybe Monero is a little bit easier. Bitcoin. The problem with Bitcoin is it requires a lot. But if I do something smaller like Monero, maybe I could do that. And again, it's not like to like be a get rich quick scheme. It's probably going to take more power than it would return in money. I have no
Absolutely.
idea. I'm doing it as a kind of like fun thing to say if I can take an $85 board and throw that into a situation where I can just do something with it. And it's a learning experience. I'll be honest with you. It's a learning experience with all of that stuff.
I want to reiterate what Magma just said in your chat. Do not harass anyone that is talked about on stream. Look at the poop. Laugh at the poop. Do not touch the poop.
Yeah, I will reiterate that as well. I will say tonight, chat, the individual I'm talking about, we will be talking about, I do not like. I stopped liking them for quite a long time. But it is no cause for going out after them.
Yep.
All right. All right. My plan is to talk about them. If you contact them, and I have proof that you contact them, you're banned. You're banned from the chat. All right. Cool. I recommend just running a private node rather than mining on it. We'll see. Like I said, I'm learning. I'm getting stuff. I'm like learning and all that kind of shit. If I can get it to work, fantastic.
Welcome,
We're not getting
Trium.
AquaCoin. We are not getting AquaCoin, no.
My phone overheated. I'm here. Not welcome, tapeworm. I'm gonna lurk for a hot minute. I have to replace the tubes for my washer that came in. Oh boy, I missed the poop.
Have fun with that.
You did not miss the poop, Bandog. The poop will be here later.
Yes, the poop has not arrived yet.
The poop is coming in a box.
I feel like I'm talking about a Jeet when we say that. All right. Listen. We can't say that. All right. I don't condone. All right, this Indian hate that I'm seeing. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Indian hate on Twitter and just in general. All right, and I'm saying right here, right now. All right, we love all natural born citizens in America. We love all people that come here legally, and we love all people that are not here illegally, that don't run over poor innocent people in cars. If you do that, though, I want you to be extradited back to your country so your country can deal with you. Anyway, we'll move on from that point. Anyway, that was my week, basically. My week is chugging along. I am in the process of starting to look for jobs in the area I'm moving to. That's going to be that's going to be one of those things where I expect it not to be done until I finalize.
Yeah.
I am thinking about like taking short trips to where I'm moving to. And I'm not going to say where I'm moving. I'm not even going to say the state I'm moving to. But the I am planning to like take maybe like 1 or 2 short trips, take little stuff up there, see if it vibes well, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know I had my mother message me and say, are you sure this is what you want to do? And I was sitting there, I was like, well, Mom, what are you talking about? You and I literally talked about this last week, and you said you were excited for me to go do it. Now you're telling me be careful. I told her, I was like, listen, I understand the worry, but don't worry. I'm not just going to move somewhere to some stranger. I know the individual I'm moving in with. All right. I'm not going to say who I'm moving in with because I don't think we're just going to say. But I know the individual. They know me. I trust them to some extent. I wouldn't move in if I didn't trust them. So.
All right. We're about
anyway. Let's move
40
on.
minutes in. We should probably get to talking about what we're doing or what's going on tonight. So I learned this.
Let's do some small stuff first.
Yeah, this is one of the small things.
Go ahead.
So I found this from Bandman.
Okay.
It seems Patreon is following or directly coerced by Visa and MasterCard's footsteps. And who's surprised? No one. Deliberately getting rid of creators who have done absolutely nothing wrong, all because the art they do is, as they try to claim, brand damaging. Even if there is now not safe for work of the specific infringing art to boot, Patreon also admits that they police your off-platform activity as well to see if they want to ban you. And they're posting images here from Kori, saying, for context, I had
Who's
been...
an artist?
I believe they're an artist, yeah.
Okay.
For context, I had been previously warned on their website via email that my account was in violation of community guidelines back in November of 2023. My page had clearly stated that all characters depicted in my artworks are consenting adults. During that time, Patreon hadn't to show more, but they posted an image here of the email they got from Patreon. Hi there, this is Robin from Trust and Safety Team at Patreon. I'm writing to let you know that your account is in violation of our community guidelines. Per our guidelines, we have zero tolerance for depiction of sexualized minors, which extends to any shota or lolly content, bestiality, incest, and sexual violence. Please be aware that our guidelines apply equally.
Not the bestiality.
I'm amazed they don't allow that. I'm
a little surprised, yeah.
Please be aware that our guidelines apply equally to off-platform activity. Content in violation of our guidelines cannot be funded by or linked to or from your creator page in any way. Please remove this type of content from your page and from any platform's websites connected to Patreon. To help get you started, I have listed a few examples below. If you have any questions during this process, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help throw you off our platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as options, there is Subscribestar and there is Ko-fi or Coffee. I don't know the exact pronunciation of that. It's supposed to be coffee. I don't know if they do it coffee or Ko-fi though.
I've heard it both ways, the right way and then yours.
Well, I typically pronounce it coffee, but
that's a fair. Now, fucking Mercenary brings up a good point that Patreon has been doing this for multiple years, and it does bring up a point that I feel like belaboring just a little bit, and that is a lot of the stuff that people are talking about now. It is important to talk about. I'm not going to say we shouldn't be talking about it right now. However, this is not old news. A lot of the shit that people are talking about is current and has not ever gone away. And I am surprised that people did not know this was going on. I am legitimately surprised people didn't know that they police your off-platform behavior.
Yep.
I've known that ever since Sargon of Akkad, ever since Jim Medicare. I've known this for quite a long time, and I think we should talk about this, but I am just kind of disappointed that people only know about this now, because I've known about it. It's like one of those things where I understand a lot of people don't like the Kiwi Farms, they don't like Null, but this is shit that he's been spouting out for over a decade, and it's just why is it that now people care? Well, because it's gotten too close to home. And it's just I'm not going to say people aren't welcome to the party. They're not welcome to say that they're upset with this. No, obviously not. I think people should 100% be rattling against this and saying that they oppose this. I'm just a little upset that it took so many people this long to say that they are against X, Y, and Z.
Correct.
And it just took certain people having their shit taken away before it happened, I guess.
Discord has, and we'll start cracking out on that platform work as well. The second Discord starts, you will start seeing an exodus.
No, we won't.
The difference here is, unlike Patreon, Discord is more widely used. Patreon is used by a lot of people, don't get me wrong. But when Discord is the de facto go-to chatting platform by just about everyone on the internet, you are going to start seeing more heads rattled than you would with Patreon.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think a lot of people are just going to hope and pray that they don't get touched next. That's my thought. It might, the moment that happens, though, I might change some things in my.
I would probably.
I might change some things around.
Well. You also should investigate the pro censorship feminist group Collective Shout. Surprise! We've done several Dogwave streams on Collective Shout.
We've done it a little bit. You would have to go back into the backlog in order to find that kind of stuff. But yeah, we talked about that before.
That's actually part of the reason why this is a smaller topic, because there's really not a whole lot.
Yeah, there's nothing really new. There's Chibi talking about this. And again, I'm glad that people are talking about it. I am just frustrated that that people are getting like people are talking about it now when it's always been a problem. Always been a problem. And I am like I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm like the guy at the gallows. I'm like the guy at the gallows when they get tied up and it's just like, oh, first time,
yeah, exactly.
first time, deplatform first time. Oh, I know how that feels. I've seen a lot of people I really like get deplatformed. So you know you're among people that understand.
Why would Discord be an
So.
alternative to Patreon? No. Cecil in chat was saying Discord is also planning to do the same thing of basically scanning your off-platform activities to see if you are ban-worthy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
I don't know how much truth goes to that, but if the more if
Discord
it is
needs to
like,
tread lightly because there's
they are trying to go public. I think
they are trying to go public. The difference here, though, is Patreon is a payment platform, or at least where you kind of get money flowed to you. Essentially, it's like a middleman.
Okay.
Discord is not. Oh, my model.
I mean, Discord does accept. Discord does like do something similar now, where you can like give money to people, and I think if you have the kind of server for it, people's money can go to you from there, from that. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not big enough for that.
Yeah,
but
there's basically one alternative Discord, and that's TeamSpeak, and TeamSpeak is not ready for a Discord mass exodus. No, they're not. Absolutely not.
No, they're probably not.
I'm back. Y'all didn't talk about Twitch bots yesterday, I don't think. Occo did.
Ish. We didn't really talk about it as much as I wanted to. Yesterday's stream was I had these things I wanted to talk about. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. What I will say, I can give a quick pointer on that if you want. I don't know if that was part of your thing.
It wasn't actually part of my thing, because I figured you would talk about it and then we'd do other stuff. But
fair enough. One moment. Thank you for that, Internet Zen Master. Yeah, I mean, like, they haven't gone public yet, but they've been in talks for it from what it seems for like a year or so now. But like the thing with bots, if you want, I can cover it like real quickly.
Well, let's finish the Patreon PayPal thing, so we don't go too far off base.
That's fine.
So, if only Visa and MasterCard cared enough to go after Roblox or OnlyFans, where actual victims and predators are even till now, instead, you have Roblox still having price surges. Yeah, Roblox is actually gaining right now.
Yeah, they are. Can I be honest? Like, listen, I'm gonna be real. I understand. Like, I 100% believe that Roblox needs to be held to account for this kind of shit, because they haven't been for multiple years. Again, this is one of those situations where I feel like a lot of people are hopping on the anti-Discord train, where it's just like, what are you guys talking about? Or not Discord, fucking Roblox, where it's just like, what are you guys talking about? Roblox is, the Kiwi grew up, yay. The Roblox train has always like been outing pedophiles, basically. It's always been there. And yet now people are talking about it more and more and more. And it's just like, I wish it was talked about earlier, but it's just like, I don't expect that much.
Yep.
Thank you for buying me the acoustic panels. I was not expecting somebody to buy me acoustic panels. I might not actually set those up until I get moved, but
that'd probably be best.
That.
Because like
I might take them out and look at them, but thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Anyway,
they're just pieces of foam.
While Visa and MasterCard still, so far, still remain silent over their partnership sponsorship with. Sorry, excuse me. As of the time I post this, yeah, I have tea and water next to me.
Okay. Good.
And we went over the thing that Bandman posted, so we're not going to reiterate on this.
Mm-hmm.
And same with this. It is all one big comedy skit that just refuses to end. And yeah, it is. And that's what's sad. Where is... Now, this is interesting. Steam's content removal could be a wider consequence of Project 2025.
You guys remember Project 2025? I was one of those guys. Okay, I will wholeheartedly admit that I didn't actually think that Trump would follow. And I don't really think Trump is following it. I will also say that I'm not a pro or against any political party. I didn't vote. I didn't get a chance to vote, but I will stick to the idea that I probably would not have voted for either side because I'm just not interested in either side. But a lot of people still think that 2025 is working in the background. With some of the censorship stuff I'm seeing, I might be willing to agree.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for regrowing your wool. But like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people will not believe it actually is a thing unless there is real tangible stuff to point to. Even then, you're gonna have a lot of people that just don't agree with it.
I still
I don't
just
know.
play RuneScape and WoW, which is pretty much about it because I'm millennial. That's fair. And don't worry about talking too much Cybertech Wolf. You are perfectly fine.
Yeah, as long as you leave a comment. Allegedly, YouTube's new algorithm requires you to comment in order for it to count. I don't believe that is necessarily the case. Granted, I haven't made very many videos recently, but excuse me. I will say that leave a comment if you have not already. It really helps. Also, here, chat. I'll give the temp call out right there. There we go.
You know, if we're doing
Also,
that,
by I already shouted you out.
for my chat.
Don't- Yeah, but it throws it.
It
Between
doesn't do it for
both.
my chat though, and my chat matters too, Akko.
No, it doesn't.
Chat, if you like the content I produce, I would greatly appreciate it if you left us like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and join the Discord. The Discord is the best place to know when I go live. It is also the best opportunity to be able to just talk with me. We basically just kind of chat in the Discord all day long. And we're well on our way to 600 subs, and I've already made the goal for when we hit 600 subs, and I will be playing Crow Country.
That's the little horror game, right?
It is an indie horror game in the same vein of
Yeah.
like classic Silent Hill or classic Resident Evil.
Right. Censorship stuff isn't 2025. The whole thing is a damn laundry list of things that the election year from which right-wing institution made. No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't necessarily think that it's 100% what it is, but you know.
And
Again, it's whatever.
there are rare dogs in the Discord, so if you want to see the rare dogs, you should go in the Discord.
There are rare dogs.
Rare dogs.
Anyway, sorry. I think I just accidentally pushed you in another direction. Continue.
Anyway, the world of video games is currently undergoing a seismic wave of censorship. No kidding. Over the last few weeks, payment processors, thanks to a group called Collective Shout, or as we like to call them, Australian Karens. That's not in the article, but
They're all Karens.
they're all Karens. Have been putting...
not all Australians, but
Not Australians, but these ones are. Anyway, have been putting pressure on game distribution services to remove adult games. Both Steam and itch.io have fallen foul of the campaign, which has seen hundreds of games removed or restricted on the platforms. While gamers are banding together to fight the censorship, and some platforms like GOG are remaining defiant, what started as a fight against games that included rape and incest could devolve into a full-on war against video games as a whole, with Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row seen as being at risk. Saints Row is also a dead franchise right now, so... But, Tap, you should play Signalis. I've been told that one. Anyway, although Collective Shout is seen as the torchbearer of this campaign, it seems like the root of this censorship goes further back, with a video from almost exactly a year ago resurfacing featuring U.S. government official Russell Vought expressing his plans to implement a national ban on pornography. Yeah, that wouldn't go through.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now.
No. Russell Vought is a conservative political analyst and government official serving as director of the Office of Management and Budget. He is one of the central figures in the creation of Project 2025, an initiative designed to force right-wing political parties into law in the United States. Much of Project 2025's wish list has started to come into play, with mass deportations, a ban on DEI and already, this article's kind of going, like...
The wrong way.
The wrong way. But we'll keep going.
Yeah.
And changes to energy and climate change policies in effect. The program also suggests banning pornography and shutting down tech and telecom companies that allow access to adult material, which is where we're at now. First shared on Reddit, well, that's your first problem, it was Reddit. An undercover video from The Intercept released on August 16th, 2024, sees Fout outlining his plans for an outright ban on adult material. What's the immediate fight leverage point that we can win? That allows the next fight to get more of a win than we could have, Vout says. We came up with an idea on pornography to make it so that porn companies bear the liability for underage use. They already do.
Not really. I mean, they do, but by the same token, they do a lot to try and obfuscate it. So I think that here's the problem. If Pornhub didn't do what they've done and allow a bunch of underage users on the platform, if they actually vetted themselves like Fansly a little bit, I don't think we would really be in the same situation that we would have been.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been you can blame a lot of this on Pornhub, 100%. This is why I don't like them. Thank you for the 5.
Anyway, let's see, where was I? We got a number of states that are passing this, and the porn company that says, you know what, I'm not doing business in state, which of course is entirely what we want, he continues. We would have a national ban on pornography if we could. So how does this tie into what's happening now? Part of Vout and Project 2025's plans are to remove Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, or the CDA. This law currently protects platform holders, providing immunity for any content uploaded to said platform that third-party users created. By removing Section 230, platform holders like Steam would be liable for any illegal content uploaded to the platform. Well, I'd like to point out
they can't do that, by the
that
way.
none of
If
the
they
things
do that, go ahead.
none of the things that were removed are illegal. Straight up.
I will also say that if they remove Section 230, the internet is basically dead.
Yes.
Because nobody will want to allow anybody on the internet to speak freely. Because if you speak freely, there is a chance that the government could decide that the institutions that run these websites could be liable.
Correct.
So if they do that, you can say goodbye to any form of freedom of speech if they do that. So
So I'm going to use this as a great example.
It bothers me because I know that Trump was one of the people that was like, oh, we need to get rid of 230. Now, I've had people tell me that he wasn't trying to get rid of it. He was trying to replace it with something better. I am worried that like the conversation around that is going to devolve into just getting rid of it because they think I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my one worry. All right. Please don't crucify me. I know that Trump has done a lot of good. That is my worry.
I am going to put a recommendation to this. If anyone is worried about how things could turn out, please go watch the anime Shimoneta. This anime, while it has plenty of jokes in it, is sadly way too accurate to current times.
It is. And all the actors that were in it are now cuckolds.
They are. So watch the Japanese version.
Mm-hmm.
But great anime. Maybe we'll do a watch party on Discord one day. I don't know. Anyway. The company could be hit with huge fines. Therefore, Steam, itch.io, and many other platforms will likely place a blanket ban on any adult content, mitigating any risk of fines or other legal action. This, as pointed out on Reddit, would affect all forms of user-generated content, including fan art, mods, and videos, not just games themselves. Why is that feet?
Remove that. Don't show that. I don't need to see that. Tommy needs to see that, but not me.
Anyway, even the prospect of 230 protections being ended is likely to embolden groups like Collective Shout to move forward with their rhetoric, which has brought us to the situation like the video game space finds itself in. And given how little fight companies like Steam have shown against these changes, the signs are ominous. No, there has been genuine backlash.
There has.
And
I mean, here's the other thing that I do like what Mizu says, and like there are just some companies that are going to be like, nah, I'm not going to follow what you say, and it's going to become a state-by-state issue.
Yep.
And like I do think that America is a place where a lot of people will just be like, nah, I'm not going to follow that. I mean, like the left does it all the time. I expect some people on the right to do it too.
Oh, that's the end of the article. Okay.
You didn't think the feet was the end of the article?
No, I thought that was just that. And then I guess finally we'll bring this up. This is from Chibi. Important news, PayPal is suspending accounts permanently if they purchase any content on itch.io with their service, according to this Reddit post. Sharing this because it's super important for everyone to know. ASAP. Edit. Reminder, this is unconfirmed, but being tested. So, I did hear some people saying this is false, but I've also heard some people say this is true.
Chad is bringing up a good point. That the guy that they're writing about in this article, I think that this article is just a little bit crazy.
I do too.
Because the guy that they're talking about, he really doesn't have as much power as people think he does.
No, he doesn't.
If he's like the head of a 3-letter agency, a lot of people also need to remember the 3-letter agencies can't be are basically like one step away from being dismantled completely.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't like. I agree that like you should always push back on these people, but I don't think that they have as much power. Basically, so make sure that they still have no power.
They
You know
cannot
what I
tell you
mean?
how to spend your money. PayPal would go to court over this is true. Technically, they can tell you because that's how MasterCard and Visa have been operating the last month.
Yeah.
So, should they go to court over it? Yes. Will they? No.
Mhm.
It's not a losing battle, but it's a hard one because everyone bows to. There's a few names: BlackRock, Vanguard, MasterCard, Visa, PayPal.
You did not name nothing but like listen. You know what's crazy? I've heard rumors that apparently BlackRock has stock in banks. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
you could own stock in a bank. If I didn't know you could own stock in a bank. That's insane to me. You shouldn't be allowed to do that, by the way.
But yeah, there's a lot of names. Those are just like the big ones that people talk about all the time.
Yeah.
People start to glow soon because I saw Malice posted a comment. Hi Ty, how are you? It's not going to happen as too much revenue is generated off the taxes on furry purchases. You know what? He's kind of right there. Malice with a hot take, and it's true. Furries control the world. Anyway.
BlackRock and Vanguard have stock in their banks. No, yeah, that's so insane. I didn't know you could like the bank should be able to subsist entirely off of the money that they get from say putting your money in and the interest that they get off of your credit cards.
Mhm.
If they can't subsist off of that, there's a problem with me. Very big problem.
So we have. I'm gonna say we have one more major thing, and then we can get into one thing. So we're gonna talk about it real quick because it's really not like it's a big topic, but not big enough to be like more than like 5 minutes, maybe 10 at most.
Then go right ahead, my man.
Silksong got an actual release date this week. It comes out in less than 2 weeks.
You know, it could just be the announcement for the cancellation. You never know. Chat. I have basically been poking at Temp in a playful way, obviously. But basically, until Temp is able to play this game and have it in his hand, I don't believe it exists.
Don't worry, I will be installing it on my Steam Deck day one, just so you can see me play it in my hands.
Yeah, but like, I'd have to come to you.
No, I can take a picture.
Don't worry, I'll be playing it too. I'll be playing it too, chat. Don't you worry.
I will be. Occo might be playing on stream. I will not be.
I won't be playing it on stream. Probably not.
Because this is one of those games
to.
I'm just going to want to sink my teeth into, and playing it on stream means I can't just long-term sink my teeth into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't make fun of Hollow Knight fans because I've been in the Half-Life trenches since I was 7 years old, and we're no better.
Jeez.
Temp is missing the announcement that didn't mention a release year. You know what? Technically fair. They didn't mention a year, but they did mention a date. I will totally admit, they did not mention a year. But
imagine if they mention that and then they're like, oh, by the way, it's next year.
Well, no.
Chat,
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because the Steam page did update with the September 4th date, and it is actively counting down. Like, right now, on Steam, it says 10 days.
Yeah.
And actually, Steam does say September 4th, 2025.
Imagine if that release date is literally just a date that tells you, by the way, we're delaying the game. That'd be funniest thing ever.
The clown hair can be lost at sea finally. No, we'll just put it on Occo. Occo will just continuously grow clown hair.
What do you mean? I already have. I don't think I can put more on me.
They're not just debate us like that. It would cause a riot, which is why it'd kind of be funny.
Be funny. Thank you for meeting the goal, by the way.
Anyway, but even if I wasn't,
giving the Yippee a hug.
all the silk posting is oddly endearing, especially since seeing it firsthand through my colleagues who braved every single leak, false flag, and showcased disappointment and came out the other end unscathed, mostly. So when the Gamescom demo was announced, along with the special surprise for tomorrow, now this article was posted 4 days ago, which was before the announcement.
By the way, this demo was the exact same. This is why a lot of people are joking about the cope and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because the demo has not changed. It is the exact same.
Yeah, the demo. And now this video is from Kotaku, but it's just going to play no audio. The demo that was played at Gamescom was the demo from 2018.
It's not
now,
the same. So it's exactly the same.
From what I've heard from people who have actually been to Gamescom and played the demo, said that it feels fantastic, so much so to the point they could not tell this is the old demo.
Yeah.
Which kind of speaks to Team Cherry's quality. Of just like, it still feels so good that they couldn't tell.
Videos from Kotaku? Well, that's just anti-marketing.
I was going to make the point last night, but everyone was talking last night, so I couldn't make a joke about it. Where I was saying how watch the anti-wokes like Grums and Cabrutus and like their ilk say Silksong is
Please
woke.
Please don't say they actually have come out and said
no.
that.
But I was joking last night saying watch them call Silksong woke because there's no skin showing. Chat then was like, but they're bugs, they could have no skin. Counter argument. Who remembers the article that PC Gamer posted about Hollow Knight porn?
Yeah, but that's a PC Gamer article.
Right. But the fact of the matter remains, there is porn. And PC Gamer made a genuine article about it and showed it on their website. I should go back and see if that was an Anna Valence post.
There's a chance it could be.
Hold on. I'm gonna check not on this, so you all can't see this.
Oh dear Lord. Oh sweet baby Jesus.
It's from July.
Hollow Knight fans
no,
being
okay.
horny?
It was not. It was not.
There's not anal violence.
No. It was James Davenport.
I've heard that name before.
But yeah,
I think you have too.
I have to. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because it was funny. This is just the demo that they played. Now at the time of this article, they did not announce a release date yet, so they still say holiday 2025. But it is coming out in less than 2 weeks. Okay. We did not have to bring that up again. Yes, we did, Ty. We absolutely had to bring up the fact that PC Gamer did a Hollow Knight porn article.
Oh my!
I remember posting about that in our Discord group, and we all went, "But why?" Anyway, I just thought that was fun. Silksong in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. Congratulations, chap. Maybe.
And the Team Cherry will be at PAX next week as well with Hollow Knight.
Wait, I thought PAX was canceled.
No, E3 was canceled, not PAX.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna be at PAX East, I think. I think it's PAX East soon. And they said they're gonna be at PAX with Silksong. I don't know. Now, admittedly, this could be why they used the old demo. Because they didn't want to show the progress they made before they announced the release date. So PAX could have a new demo. I'm not going to say they will. I'm saying they could. But do not be surprised if you go to PAX and see Silksong that it is just the same 2018 demo. Or 2019 demo. Whatever. But get ready for... Have you seen the trailer for Silksong? That announcement trailer?
Yeah. Yes, I don't want to play it on stream.
We're not going to play it on stream. But have you seen the level of platforming that we're getting in this one?
Yeah, I'm fine with
and
that.
how
I
we're
like
going to be
platforming.
using her sword to basically grapple.
I think people need to learn a harder game than what
So
Listen, Hollow Knight was difficult. However, I don't think it was difficult enough.
we were joking about it because me and Malice were watching the trailer as it. We were literally watching the stream as it happened, and we saw them show off the platforming mechanics with like the grapple thing, and we were looking at that like, oh god, Path of Pain 2.
I loved Path of Pain. Path of Pain was fantastic.
Path of Pain was fantastic, but I'm scared of it because now they're adding grappling mechanics. It's about to be even harder. And while I'm
That means that
excited
they've
for
expanded.
it, I will do it. But I'm horrified about it.
That just means that they have expanded their tool roster to terrorize you with.
Yes. Anyway,
So.
that is the end of that. We'll talk about my Final Fantasy thing after Occo is done with Super Chats.
Yes. Yeah, I'll go through some super chats here. By the way, thank you everybody so much for your support tonight. It's very much appreciated. Remember, you can donate at least $1 or you can become a member. And if you do become a member, you'll get access to a whole lot of different things. If you're a $5 member, you get access to members only first videos when I do them. Excuse me. I also get access to member live streams. I need to get back to doing those. I have a couple ideas for them coming up soon, but you get access to those as well. And if you do become a member, you get into the credits of any video that I make. Gotta make sure I have a mental note to make sure that happens, because I actually like putting people. I put people's name in the comments of my Cinder video, and it felt like the most satisfying thing in the world to see all of those names in there. It was just like, look at all these people that it like made me kind of cry. It was like, man, all these people here actually like are interested in like supporting this video, and maybe not just the video, but just me. And it's just like it made me cry. Unironically, when I was editing, I was like, wow, the list was pretty long in the export, and I was like happy about it. So thank you. Your love and support actually does keep the channel going. I will let you guys know I do have a new video idea coming. I got this idea while I was working today, and I'm stealing it from a friend who well, it's not really stealing an idea. The friend was talking about VGen, the artist platform.
Yeah.
I realize that there's a kind of video I've never seen people do about VGen, and I'm gonna do it today, or not today, but I'm gonna do one. Stop crying, never. So, but yeah, I'm gonna basically do reviews of VGen, but it's probably not gonna be the same. You're stealing my rage. Listen, Magma. Listen, Magma. If you want to be part of the video, you can. But you gotta take those W's. I will listen, chat. I will tell you right now. I appreciate the support. I am not that good of a person, all right, but I do appreciate the people that support me regardless. Whoa, gay. I know.
Another lie
Anyway.
detected. Zugswain, I have a weird off-topic question. Do you all have a name for your streamer friend group? Yes, Lucky.
Yes, we are Lucky Entertainment. Lucky Entertainment is our little group name. Rage actually, I don't know if we like actually have it put out, but like Rage's whole thing is like authentic people. 3, 4. Authentic people and authentic content. So I will be keep crying. Okay, I will. Authentic people and authentic content. That's what he wants to do as part of the brand. So.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a good idea. Anyway, let's continue on here. Otherwise, I'm never going to get through the supers. Mercenary for 5. If I was forced to be a woman, I'd have to be at least gravity, defined D cups, and 6-packs abs. I want to look on stuff. That's fair. Temp, are you going to have abs in your model?
No. And fine, you're making me admit something else. The model will have no abs. There will be some slight chub though.
Okay, so you're gonna take Mizu's advice. I'm assuming that Mizu gave you.
I did talk to Mizu about it actually.
I can't believe you would do that.
Because I actually put up an image in my sheet to figure out what I wanted, and I asked him for his advice because I liked what he posted, but I wasn't sure like where his limit is. So I just threw ideas at him, and he's like, "Not that, not that. That's good. Do that." So we're doing that.
That's funny. 5, 6, 7.
But there will be some slight chub.
Lober for 5. Akka's moving in with Kirsch in the New England, and they're splitting the cost of the $1 million Victorian. I wish. That'd be funny. Absolutely not. She needs to make room for the Roach King because she's still got to marry the Roach King eventually. So, no, I would not be moving in with Kirsch. That'd be funny though. Be very funny. Mercenary for 5 Patreon said they were policing off-platform activity with Sargon back in 2016. I'm surprised everyone didn't jump ship. No, yeah, I agree. We already talked about that, but I agree. Mercenary again for 5. Project 2025 is nothing more than a deep state propaganda piece designed to infiltrate and take over the last desperate measure before they demise. No, I agree. I do think that like 2025 is just like, it's mostly bullshit, but I think that there are some people that are kind of trying to rally behind it, and I'm just like, no, you probably shouldn't do that if you want your constituents to continue voting for you, buddy. But you know, that's just me.
I want to add a real
Toa.
quick because I'm seeing my mic
ahead.
bar kind of just start going again when I'm not talking. It's probably because if anyone hears like any weird like buzzing, I have 2 fans running. It is too hot in my office to not have fans running. So I do apologize if you hear fans. I sense plus size anime L5s as a model. No, not that big.
Let's see. Toa for 5. Add on to that, a lot of sex-related stuff has already been exempted from 230 by other laws, so 230 doesn't shield that anyway. Well, there you go. I mean, it's just like, I feel like a lot of people are very freaked out over stuff that I agree is a problem, but I feel like people are getting too deep into the weeds over stuff that may not even count, and that is going to distract from the actual problem. And that is making sure that we have our freedom of speech so that we can enjoy things the way we want.
Yeah.
So don't get into the weeds, chat. And because I think that getting into the weeds is a distraction, and that's what allows these kinds of people to do those kinds of stupid things. But, you know, thigh jiggle is more important than boob jiggle. You know, I'm starting to agree with you on that one. Thigh jiggle is extremely hot, in my personal opinion, and we should have people do thigh jiggle more.
Thigh jiggle
Internet
is
Zen
good.
Master for 10. Thank you. Russell Vo, yeah, the article is making him seem like he has more power than he actually does. He's a literal small fry who has no power to do what he wants, even influence Congress. Yeah, like I said, don't think that he's going to be as big of a problem. But again, I don't think people should just write off everything that some of these people do. So that's just me, though. Mercenary for 2, and then we'll move on. They will backstab furries just to push their plan. Yes, they will. And guess what? Who runs a lot of IT? Furries. But not Jason. Jason's not one of the smart furries. Anyway, let's move on now.
All right, are we good to talk
Appreciate the support tonight, chat.
about my big topic of the evening?
Did you want to do that one first?
Oh yeah, I figure we'll save Dawn for last.
We can do that, sure.
Because I know you're gonna just kind of go off.
Well, I figured we would go off together. But yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna let someone know that I don't know.
Excuse me. My apologies. That was way too loud. I'm sorry.
I don't know if Panita is in chat, but if you're not, I'm gonna DM you.
We're talking about Final Fantasy mods.
Specifically one mod. Yes. So
Yeah.
this has been something that Occo knows I've been extremely adamant
Temp's
about.
been waiting to go off.
I've been waiting to go off about this. I talked about it on Twitter a lot.
Yep. I'm expecting temp level ranting.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I had Dawn's Twitter open just in case they post anything. They talked about me. Hi, Dawn. Anyway.
Oh, are they live tweeting about it right now?
No.
Sure. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
They don't even know it's me. I love they don't even know it's me.
Oh, they did they not even know it's
They don't
you?
know it's me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they don't know it's me. Dawn
Fucking
is an
moron.
actual idiot.
Fucking retard, motherfucker.
Anyway, so I want to talk about
archiving
Final
that.
Fantasy 14. I did not mean to open Guild Wars. I've been doing that all day, just like accidentally opening it. Later. Anyway, one of Final Fantasy 14's most important mods is shutting down and people are losing it. It's not one of the most important mods, but here we are. A very important.
Is it not?
It's not. To add
Okay.
some context to this, Mare Syncronus has only been active since early Endwalker, which was end of 2021, beginning of 2022.
Okay.
So not even 5 years old yet. Not even 4. No, actually it might be 4 now. Anyway, doesn't matter. A very important and extremely popular mod for role players in the MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, Mare Syncronus, is shutting down with less than 48 hours notice. The news has caught up many off guard, and the Final Fantasy XIV community isn't happy that such a vital mod, for many, will no longer be usable in the MMO. I want to make it very clear. Isn't happy that a vital mod is no longer usable in an MMO. Mods are already not allowed in MMOs, minus World of Warcraft. Because they just double down on making content around the mods. Mare Syncronus is a free third-party plugin for Final Fantasy XIV that, along with some other tools and software, allows players to synchronize their cosmetic mods and custom animations. While thousands of players use the plugin, it was primarily popular with role players and others who enjoy the more social aspects of Final Fantasy XIV. With Mare, as it is often referred to online, friends could see each other's characters as they appear on their own PC, complete with all their mods and extra animations that normally aren't seen by other players due to mod restrictions. For many who find Final Fantasy XIV's customization features to be lacking, and who rely on mods to tweak their looks to create their perfect character, Mare was vital in letting other players see how they really look. It was also popular in in-game nightclubs and other areas to allow players to sync up custom dance animations and other activities. And now all the fun is ending. This was used for porn, wasn't it? Yes. It was absolutely used for porn.
It 100% was.
On August 21st, one of the lead developers behind Mare Syncronus reportedly posted on the mod's Discord server that they had received a legal inquiry about the mod, likely from publisher Square Enix, and were shutting down Mare completely. With a heavy heart, I have to announce the end of Mare Syncronus as you know it, said Her Royal Floofness on Discord. In a message shared on Reddit, I have received a legal inquiry concerning the project. After reviewing my options with counsel, I'm winding it down. Royal Floofness confirmed that Mare will continue to work until August 22nd at 6 a.m. After that point...
So it's over now?
It's over now, yes.
Yeah.
After that point, the server will shut down and the plugin will be removed. Enjoy your last doomsday party, said the modder. Thank you for the past 3 years of Mare. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Kotaku has contacted Square Enix about the mod being taken down. Many players online were shocked by the news and speculated that Mare being killed might lead to fewer people playing the game. Holy fuck, getting rid of this is massive.
I highly doubt that.
One user on Reddit. This game is a huge RP, has a huge RP player base. Does Square Enix think people keep sub to this game to raid log? If you have your entire reason for playing was the modded glam game, then you probably have less of a reason to play now, said another Reddit user. Genuinely worried about what this means for the RP community, and I mean the actual RP community, not nightclub, Balmung, QS. I've been actively RPing in the Modiest Quicksands for the past 2 years or so, and whenever Mare has even had as much of a hiccup, the Quicksands clears out. There's definitely been an over-reliance on Mare, and now that's been taken away. I worry a lot about my fellow RPers will just struggle to adapt and bail, said a roleplayer on Reddit in response to the news. Others are hopeful that someone else will fork the mod and that a similar tool will be created in the future. For now, the nightclubs of Final Fantasy XIV will be a bit less raucous in the coming days.
Okay. I can I tell you, I really don't take any of these people that in this article seriously.
Of course not.
None of these people should be. I at first when I saw that Lumi was just like, this is not very serious. So I'm pretty sure she was like, this is not a serious thing.
It's not.
This is so retarded to listen to. I'm sorry. Like,
you,
oh my gosh,
you don't even
you're
play the
losing a
game.
mod. Well, no, I don't play the game currently. But like, it sounds so retarded for these people to be like, we're losing a mod that has only been around for what, like 3 years?
Yeah.
That's like okay.
Okay, so
you can adapt.
I
want to
make
come
this
in during the last expansion.
I want to make this very, very clear. I started playing Final Fantasy XIV during ARR. This is before Heavensward came out.
And I started playing during
you started playing
Shadowbringers.
You started playing I think End of Stormblood, early Shadowbringers.
No, it was it really
Yes.
that?
Yes. Anyway, so
Doesn't
in
matter.
my time on the internet, I have actually talked to a lot of people within the not safe for work community. And it gets really funny.
Okay.
All these people, when I talk to them, because when I was kind of exploring this is before I got into streaming, this is before anything, I kind of explored the idea of like, you know, this sounds fun, you know, kind of getting into the not safe for work Twitter image posting side of things. It
Yeah.
sounded fun. So I talked to people in the community, and all of them said there are some guidelines to using these mods. Never talk about the mods. Ever. That's why it took me a while to find any not safe for work mods, because literally people hide them. It's
Well,
like
yeah, it's one of
talking
those-
about emulation.
I think you need to roll back a little bit and explain. So the thing with mods in Final Fantasy, the Square Enix, like many Japanese companies, has the opinion that they don't like mods.
Yeah.
However, unlike a lot of Japanese companies that will probably target and take down mods, they have just said if you make it our problem, then it's our problem.
Exactly.
But if you
So-
don't make it our problem, we don't care.
Yoshi P has already said on multiple accounts that they're like, we don't like mods, but we don't want to add an anti-cheat either, because that could cause other load of problems, which actually then goes into like Final Fantasy 16 that has de novo. I'm positive that's a Square's decision, not his dev team's decision.
Yeah, but there's not much he could do about
There's not much
that.
he could do
Thank
about
you for
that,
the ping.
exactly. So, when he says they don't want to add an anti-cheat to 14, but he will if he has to, this was said back during the Omega Ultimate Raid, because people were using mods to increase the FOV to be able to see the entire arena.
Yeah, and those ones, in my personal opinion, like that is not only does that actively ruin it for everybody else,
Yes,
that's going to get it in trouble. So
exactly.
I remember when that happened. I don't know why these people are so retarded that they can't understand that when you're in a big, like world's first race to get something done, you need to not cheat, because if you cheat, everybody's going to see you. Everybody's going to see you. It's going to be a big even
Yep.
if you're not recording, somebody's going to find out eventually you cheated.
Exactly.
So the amount of people that just ruin this kind of stuff for everybody else is just like,
And
it sucks.
I want
in
to,
my personal
I
opinion.
kind of want to talk about very specifically what someone
Give me
says
your
here.
coat.
There's been an over-reliance on Mare. People were constantly talking about it. Mare Syncronus flew too close to the sun. Everyone was
I believe
talking
it.
about it. It was being used by so many players. It was actively being talked about, and Square took action. Because again, they don't like mods. They'll tolerate you using them as long as it does not affect anyone else. Don't let it affect your actual gameplay experience. Don't let it affect other people around you. And let it only affect, like, if it's just cosmetic, that's one thing. But it has to be only for you. So, the fact that everyone's like, oh my god, this is the death of Final Fantasy XIV. No. Not in the slightest.
No.
Because people were
those
doing
are
this
stupid.
before Endwalker. And this mod came out at the start of Endwalker. We weren't even to the 0.1 patch when this came out yet.
Let's restore some of the population.
I want to bring... Anyway, I'm kind of sidetracking because my brain's just really going nuts at this.
You're good.
The other thing that the not safe for work people constantly told me was, never talk about it, never talk about what mods you're using, never publicly post them, don't do any of that. These mods, to the general populace, do not exist. That's it.
Right.
2, if you're going to post images, crop the image so you don't see the copyright.
Because the copyright has the mod on it.
There you go. Yep. Bingo. Occo gets it in 1. And if you post the copyright, if you post the copyright on the same image as your big titty character with their tits exposed because of a mod, Square can look at that and go, no, and ban you. And they can go after that mod.
Which is what they're doing.
Which is what they're doing. Again, Synchronous flew too close to the sun. Everyone was talking about it. It was in everyone's bios. It was just so highly used because of how big it was. This isn't even going to affect a even large portion of the community. It's going to affect Twitter. And that's it. But some wonderful people like Grums got into the discussion about Mare Syncronus.
Uh-huh.
And he actively replied to Pirate Nation, where Pirate Nation said 14 just genocided half its player base. You can no longer sync your porn mods with other players.
Like, that is so... Again, this is like the problem I have with like, not all anti-woke people, with some anti-woke people. It's like legitimately, no, that's not what's happening. Fuck off with all of this. Oh, fuck's sake.
Exactly. No, it didn't genocide half the player base. The player base is doing fine. The modding scene was fine before, like, this even started.
Chat, I'm gonna tell you. There are people to watch that, if they are the anti-woke crowd, or even journalists, or even, I would count myself in this as well. But there are people that you watch, and if they start getting things wrong, people get things wrong sometimes. You're allowed to give them, allowed to get to like hold them to task and say, fix that.
Mm-hmm.
But if people continue to get stuff wrong, more and more and more and more, you should start asking yourself, why are they getting stuff wrong? Is it because they're actually retarded, or are they actually like a bad faith actor or some shit like that?
Yeah, exactly. And now Grums responded to Pirate Nation saying, this is the end times for ERP servers in the furry community in 14. No.
Furries are not the only people that use those mods.
I stopped taking
Bro.
Grums. Honestly, 14 was the game that got me to stop taking Grums seriously.
Does Grums forget that he used to run fucking like
he ran WoW,
website?
The most modded MMO in existence. Blizzard even actively balances their game around the mods.
That's not even why I care. I'm like legitimately like, are you serious, my man? Because he ran websites where porn websites where women would fight each other. They're like torture porn websites. I don't know why he's like, I don't get this. I don't like again, Grums needs to finish his fucking game. Finish your game, Grums.
For context as to
what's
why...
funny is... Go ahead. I'm just gonna say, what's funny is I know that I've tried to ask him for an interview, but the contact I had said, oh, he's working on his game. So I don't know why he's... I don't know what he's doing now, but I need him to finish his game. I want him to finish his fucking game because I'm so tired of like once he finishes his game, I'll stop complaining. But like, shut the fuck up about 14.
They have a step back on that for designing around mods, but they also added a massively aggressive anti-cheat. Exactly, and that's what 14 doesn't want to do. Yoshivi has actively said they don't want to do that. They will if they have to, but they don't want to. They want to rely on their player base on a player trust system. They want to trust their players to do the right thing. And if that means shutting up with mods, that means shutting up with mods. Now, I want to add some context as to why I don't like Grums, and specifically why I say the 14 was the reason I stopped liking him. This was at the start of Dawn Trail, which came out July last year. Because Wooklamot has a trans voice actor, everyone and their mother in the woke, or in the anti-woke community, was actively calling Final Fantasy XIV woke. Grums included. And he kept saying, oh, everything about Dawn Trail is woke. Nothing about Dawn Trail is woke. People started coming out of the woodwork saying, everything about Final Fantasy XIV is woke. Nothing is out of it is woke. If you want to say something is, it's the player base. But that has nothing to do with the devs. That's the players.
It's not all players either.
Exactly. Hi, I'm not. But point stands. And I started noticing that. I when he said that, and I started seeing more and more and more of the anti-woke community actively start dooming a whole bunch of games for being woke, I noticed they're only posting things from trailers. Not the actual fucking game. And that's when it hit me. None of these anti-wokers are actually saying a game is woke with any context to back it up. They're only relying on trailers. They're not playing the game and posting about what they had actually seen.
I mean, that's normal.
Because I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is one of the games that people were actively calling one of the wokest games Square Enix had ever made. Not counting Forsaken or Forspoken. And the
That's
reason
kinda
why they
funny.
were calling it woke was because there was a bit in a trailer where they saw two guys talking in the fucking casino. Oh god, that's woke.
Temp gets very tilted about this, chat, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mind too much that he does because, like, yeah, I agree. Like, some of these anti-woke people, again, I don't doubt that they've done a lot of good work. I appreciate a lot of the work that they've done, but they're really just like, can you not, please?
Temp, you do know how the VA was being antagonistic towards people, right? Right, but that's the difference. They're saying 14 is woke because they hired a trans actor. I will not deny that Senna Breyer is a problem and needs to be getting rid of out of the work sphere.
No, I think a lot of people will agree with you on that.
But their excuse to saying that 14 is woke because they hired a trans actor is bullshit. Anyway.
Bromances were killed. I agree. Sadly.
Problem was that no one knew the VA was trans until the trans VA started antagonizing people over it. Exactly! Thank you!
Do you want a random side note maybe to make you happier? Apparently Playboy magazine is moving their headquarters back to Miami Beach.
I heard that, yes. Wonderful. I like Angry Temp.
Indeed.
I get angry about
Angry
things...
Temp needs to make videos.
I get angry about
to make videos.
Things I'm passionate about. And 14 is one of those games I'm very passionate about. Honestly, I'm kind of passionate about Square. I get it. Square has problems. But they make a lot of games I love. Anyway, let's get back onto the thing. I did browse Reddit, and which is funny, but
gross.
I want to bring up some comments that I read. For people who are worried about Dalamud 14 launcher. So Dalamud is another mod that is actively, like, kind of does what Mare Syncronus does. The difference is that Dalamud just kind of stays in its own corner and is never talked about.
Yeah.
Here's a response directly from the devs. Hello, everyone. We are aware of recent developments regarding a popular custom repository plugin and want to make it clear that we currently don't have anything to report with regards to Dalamud and the Final Fantasy XIV launcher. With that in mind, we'd like to remind you that the only source of official information regarding Dalamud in this channel, or is this channel in this server and official site. Please treat any information not stemming from this channel with appropriate skepticism. Thank you and have a great rest of your week.
The dog is barking loudly.
Now
he is barking loudly.
I don't know how much more it kind of gets weird, but I do want to talk about it because there are some passionate people within the modding community for Final Fantasy XIV.
There are, yeah.
And one of them said, I think another issue they might take with Mare over Dalamud is that Mare interacts with other people's games in a public adjacent way. It's not only everywhere, but it's a very big security risk, though I can't say if it's more or less than using any other custom repository. That has gotten very popular. After the G-Shade incident, one of the developers behind Dalamud, formerly, made a post about this back in January that Square Enix could crack down on plugins, especially if people flaunt their use of them or start engaging in risky behavior, such as joining a sync shell groups full of users you don't know. That could result in backlash on the company if/when something goes wrong. That person got a response saying it's absolutely going to be related to this. Square likely doesn't have a problem with people installing whatever visual mods they want in their own game, but they absolutely cannot allow a mod that essentially allows people to read/write code onto other players' computers. too many people don't understand the implications of sharing their ID and that Mare exposes parts of their system that should not be accessible. Absolutely correct. That was the problem with Mare, is that it, again, as I said before, it flew too close to the sun. It had an Icarus moment.
Yes.
But when
Have
so
we talked
many
about Dawn?
people,
Not yet. That's next.
when so many people were losing their shit because so many people were losing it or were using it to see each other's enhancements to their characters, that means it is affecting everyone who uses the mod and syncs them together. That's affecting more people than what Square has actively said is okay. And they don't okay any of this. They don't want you using them. They tolerate them when it's a person-to-person basis. But Mare made it a not person-to-person basis.
Problem is people talk too much. That is the biggest problem, is a lot of these people just talk way too much.
Yep. So another person responded in the same thread. It apparently also uses the Final Fantasy XIV systems, link shells, in an unintended way. I don't know how the engineering behind it, but Square Enix probably saw every single code exchange in real time. They do monitor chat logs, after all. That is true. They do monitor chat logs. So,
They do, yeah. I could see
if
that
people
being
were
an
talking
issue.
about Mare in a public fucking chat, you know, Mare isn't what lets you mod your character. Mare is what lets you see other people's mods. My money is on the fact that it was the infrastructure that allowed the sharing of content, which sometimes was used to share content in violation of copyright laws. Devs aren't dumb. They know how Dalamud works. The way Yoshibi talks about stuff like ACT and Dalamud has always had just don't talk too loudly energy to it. Dude loves WoW. He knows the need for DPS parser like ACT. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And finally, this is the last one from Reddit. Yoshibi has done live letters and ACT has been spotted on a desktop shortcut. I don't know that one for real. This is the post that I'm like
that
the
would
most...
be funny if that was true.
This is the one post where I'm like, I don't know, I can't validate what he's saying. They 100% know about ACT. Now, this is true. They absolutely know about ACT. And they don't care unless you use it to grief other players. They won't ever officially support mods, parsers, or any other third-party tools, because it would create a second-tier environment between PC and console players. They also know it's impossible to completely prevent them, and any meaningful deterrent would involve incredibly intrusive anti-cheat that they would rather really prefer to avoid, at least due to cost, since Square Enix hoovers up most of 14's revenue to fund other boondoggles.
Yes.
The number of simple tweaks and other plogon functions, I'm going to assume that was autocorrected, it's supposed to be plugin functions, that have made their way into the base game, makes it clear they are fully in the loop on Dalamud too. And it's really the ethics of the 14 launcher and Dalamud devs. Example, the rules around the official repository and open source code base that keeps them from getting shut down. Shutting down ACT or Dalamud would mean that only sketchier folks and alternatives would persist, and Square Enix would never be able to get rid of them all. And that's probably why they're not going to go after other mods, because these mods stay in their own lane. People want to use them, that's up to them. All these people is like the devs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the devs of Dalamud.
I haven't heard boondoggle in an age. Yeah, sometimes temps have some weird.
Well, no,
old
boondoggle's
words.
right here in the thing.
That's fair.
And then I saw this article. I was actually looking for more like articles about like kind of seeing like her royal floofness post from Discord.
Mhm.
And I came across another one that I wanted to talk about. And it was said, why Square Enix wanted to shut down Mare Syncronus from the Nosy Gamer. Yesterday, the developer for Final Fantasy XIV mod, Mare Syncronus, closed down the mod after being contacted by Square Enix's legal team. I first heard of Mare about 3 years ago from someone I knew who told me about a mod that would allow people to see what
Man, that is a shitty way to talk to bring up the mod. The
exactly
person needs to go back to writing school.
I
Sorry.
knew who told me about a mod that would allow people to see what they actually looked like. Basically, people who use local mods could share their appearance with others. I probably need to go into greater detail, so here's what I found that might remain posted for now. Mare Syncronus is an unofficial third-party plugin that allows players to synchronize their character's appearance with other players. This synchronization includes character data such as gear, hairstyles, and other customizable features. Key features: appearance synchronization. The primary function of Mare Syncronus is to allow players to share and sync their character's appearance with others in real time. This means if one player makes changes to their character's gear or appearance, those changes will be visible to others using the plugin. Ease of use. The plugin is designed to be user-friendly, allowing players to easily sync and update their character appearances with others who have the plugin installed. Required plugins. Mare Syncronus requires 2 other plugins to function properly. Penumbra, a plugin, allows for dynamic mod loading and unloading. It is essential for handling the modifications necessary for Mare Syncronus to work. Glamour, a plugin, allows for the manipulation of character appearance data, enabling the detailed customization options that Mare Syncronus synchronizes between players. In my opinion, Square Enix hopes that by closing down Mare will drastically reduce the effects of Penumbra and especially Glamour. Penumbra allows players to wear custom-made outfits, modify tattoos, and custom emotes. The latter mod actually can access all wearable items in the game and allow players to apply any dye to the gear. The shutdown of Mare limits the effect to a player's client, thus hopefully removing a lot of the incentives to use Penumbra and Glamour. With the introduction out of the way, why would Square Enix pick now to crack down on Mare? Here are the reasons I came up with. Don't talk about Fight Club. Final Fantasy XIV's producer and director Naoki Yoshida has unofficially had a policy of turning a blind eye to mods as long as their use wasn't flaunted. Over the last 3 years, the use of Mare became more mainstream, leading to less discretion. I have to wonder if this year's Moonfire Fair setting was too much for players to resist. Now, that's a great example. I was seeing a lot of pictures from people in the 14 community setting up, because they were like, the Moonfire Fair was the summer event, and they had a whole like boat that you could get on that had the jumping puzzle, and it had like a pool, and it had like pool chairs and stuff, and people were like posing with these because it was a really good time to do it. And he's right. I do wonder if people were taking advantage of that maybe a little too much.
It is definitely possible. I don't know.
I can see players holding poolside events on the site. Did the activity just become too much for Square to ignore? Equalizing the PC console experience. Personally, not a big reason, but I don't work in the halls of Square Enix. The game, available on PlayStation for years, launched on Xbox in 2024, and reportedly might soon appear on the Nintendo Switch too. We'll talk about that after we're done, because that also happened. Mare potentially gave PC users a very enhanced social experience, for good or bad, than that available to console users. That's very poor, but I get the point what he's saying. The difference is so great, some PC users wouldn't hang around players without the enhanced glamour mods, a situation I believe Square Enix would like to avoid. And that is true, yes. Mare users would only hang out with other Mare users.
So they're being, what's the word?
Segregating?
They're being like the sneech. Yeah. I was going to say the sneeches, but that's fair.
And negative impact on new content engagement. I'm constantly hearing about how activity in 14 is down. The fashionistas who used to run content for Glamour don't have to with Mare running. Sorry, I need a drink of water. Anyway. The fashionistas who used to run content for Glamour didn't have to with Mare running. Think about how many people ran the Nier raids during Shadowbringers just to get the 2B leggings. With Mare and the associated mods, players weren't restricted to just a few choices to try and look sexy. On a more serious note, I wonder how much Mare affected cosmic exploration with the expansion of gear and 2 dye channels and a new set of dye available from the new feature. Perhaps the lack of activity on the moon is noticeable. After all, a large segment of assumed consumers of the new dyes didn't need them due to using Mare. And those are examples that just popped into my head as I typed out this post.
I see, so it's hurting the economy too.
Yes. Lost cash shop sales. I thought about the negative impact Mare had on cash shop sales. For a couple of years now, why purchase items from the cash shop if they're available through Mare? With the news from the latest financial report showing even MMO revenue is down for Square Enix, the time might have come to tighten up the rules to bring in more money. Now, that is something I see people mad about that all the time because Square charges a lot of money for outfits. But I want to make it very clear. They're charging for outfits. These are skins. They're not charging you for game features. Like, Yoshi
Technically,
P...
they do charge for skips, but that's a little different.
Yeah. But that's if you want to. You can still play the game all you want. It's like buying like a Necromech in Warframe. Like, you can do that, or you can grind for it.
But you can also grind for it.
So, and I remember Yoshi P, I said on multiple occasions that if you don't want to play the game, if you have a sub running and you don't want to play a game, you don't want to play 14, don't. Come back to it when you're ready. And Square also allows you to, like, if you have a 2-month sub running and you don't log in for a full month of that 2-month sub running, they'll pause your sub so it doesn't continue counting down.
That's nice of them.
So it's not about losing money. It's about player happiness in a way. Because they know if their players aren't happy, they're going to lose players. Yoshi P has actively talked about this recently and they posted about it in a recent interview, saying that while they're actually planning on reducing the amount of content they produce, but instead they're looking at how they can make their content better. So basically, with how 8.0 is going to work, they're planning on having less content for us to do, but better content for us to play. So it's a weird balance, and I'm kind of okay with that. Anyway, security and copyright. I'm lumping these two subjects together due to the way Mare worked. The mod was peer-to-peer software that had to copy files from one user's computer to another. The security implications are kind of obvious. What is probably less obvious are copyright violations. I know the game studios are usually pretty sensitive about making sure the intellectual property of others isn't included in their games. As an example, I see so many Fortnite emotes imported into Final Fantasy XIV and ported into the game world using Mare. Yes, I have seen some.
That's hilarious. But no, that alone is like, okay, yeah, I can see why they
even show a video
here.
here.
Kind of shit.
They gave us a wonderful video of like seeing Fortnite emotes being used in
That
14.
is okay. Listen, I don't believe that. Listen, I believe in copyright to a certain extent, but like that is just gonna get you in trouble. All right, that is gonna get you in trouble, 100%. Wow.
Yeah. Game rating. Perhaps the most important argument to maintaining the rating for the game in the US, the game is rated T for teen by the ESRB, which the ESRB is a sham anyway, but whatever, and PEGI 16 in Europe. With those types of ratings, I don't believe anyone is going to demand age verification to play Final Fantasy XIV. But some of those mods are extremely not safe for work. If Mare and the not safe for work mods are seen as approved for use by Square Enix, could the game fall into the adult games category? I bring that up over the recent controversy of payment processors refusing to work with Steam, or over the presence of adult games on the platform. And let's not forget the UK's Online Safety Act, which requires age verifications for things to access to adult video games online. I'm pretty sure the company would like to prevent any further barriers erected between players and the Final Fantasy XIV beyond the horrible website required to signing up to purchase the game. Do I expect Yoshi P to continue on the warpath against these mods? Only if people rub his face into the fact that people are using them to such an extent he can't ignore them any longer. I think that happened with Mare. Then again, who knows what else might come up. And that's true. And this article, besides the occasional bad wording, very correct.
Shit.
Very correct on a lot of this stuff. It's not about TOS. I mean, yeah, they're breaking TOS, but TOS in this case doesn't matter. It was a genuine security risk. It was bad for age verification. It was bad for sales. It was bad to keep the player base normal. When a lot of the player base that using Mare were kind of huddling into their own little corner, We're actively announcing it in public chats. We're causing Square to lose money. You start seeing a pattern, and I don't blame Square for taking it down.
No, you really can't blame Square for taking it down. Also, I really should take this dog home with me because he is slobbermutt colored. All right, let's take you home, buddy.
So, this is just one of those things of like, and I know Mizu was kind of getting on my case, like, I don't think they should have taken it down. I fully agree they should have taken it down, especially if it was a security risk to people's computers.
I kind of feel like I could understand why Mizu wouldn't want it to be taken down, but I can see both sides of the argument is what I'm kind of saying here.
So,
Okay.
I'm okay
I'm
with
doggo.
Mare being gone. I think Mare being gone, like, and that's the thing. Mare's a plugin to allow mods to sync together. You can still use the mods from Mare, but you have to use them separately.
Right.
So,
The fact that emotes are copyrighted are ridiculous. I will not disagree with you on that. I think that I think there's a lot of things that you probably shouldn't just be allowed to copyright. But then, by the same token, if you say that, I think a lot of people would then start to advocate for nothing to be copyrighted.
exactly.
And I think that would be an issue.
Mhm.
Come, little slobbermutt.
It's one of those things that went mainstream. It is. They brought this on themselves. They absolutely did. So I guess we'll change it to a lighter note. I basically just want to make my point clear. I'm glad that Mare Synchronus is gone.
That's not a lighter note. That's you being okay with a game being taken down, or like not a game, but a mod.
So we had a couple interviews, and I mentioned the big topic of one of them, but another one came up, and I'm gonna just kind of briefly go over it. Gamescom is underway. Now, this was at the time of this article coming out. Gamescom is underway in Cologne, Germany, where fans and press alike have a chance to play upcoming games from developers across the world. Square Enix was in tow, of course, and Final Fantasy XIV producer and director Naoki Yoshida appeared astride Monster Hunter Wilds Capcom director during the opening night live to announce a new collaboration to kick off over the next 2 months. For those who do not aware, Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter Wilds are getting a collaboration. Final Fantasy XIV is getting an Arcveld trial, and Monster Hunter Wilds is getting Omega.
Camel.
So, if you're interested in either of those things, that's late September and early October.
Yeah.
Anyway, Yoshida was also about to take interviews, and in a report posted to VGC today, he got to talking about the possibility of both Final Fantasy XIV and 16 appearing on the Nintendo Switch 2 console. He shared that it's his objective to have both of Creative Studios 3's games available to as many players as possible to enjoy. Adding, "We are putting it in our best efforts to ensure that this happens, so it's fine to convey to your readership that I consider the possibilities very positively. And we are putting in our best efforts, so I hope players will look forward to possibilities in the future. But I just asked for a little bit more time." So, originally released on Windows PC and the PS3, now since retired, Final Fantasy XIV has expanded into the PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam, and Mac support over its 12-year, technically 15-year operation. Yoshida's outlook also reflects what Square Enix's current medium-term strategy to release its games on a wider variety of platforms, such as Triangle Strategy and Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch devices. Having players being able to play at their PC and also play on a handheld console like the Switch 2 is an exciting prospect for Yoshida. Players can technically do this with the Steam Deck right now, but the prospect of launching on the Switch 2 opens up the MMORPG to an audience of gamers that skew younger and perhaps are less familiar with the genre, with Final Fantasy XIV
I don't want little
acting
kids playing
as
14.
something of a gateway game. I don't either, but I understand the point. So, to this end, we've been discussing with Nintendo, and the discussions have been positive. So I do hope that players will look forward to hopefully good news in the future. So I do expect Final Fantasy XIV. Now this is me, not the article. I do expect the 14 Switch version to come out with 8.0 or the next expansion, or at least at some point during the next expansion, because that's next year.
I hope not. I get well.
There's actually a lot of adult players on the Switch too. because it's so fucking
know.
expensive that kids aren't getting it.
Doggo, come on. No, don't fight them, Doggo. Come
Fuck
on, let's get
Nintendo.
outta here.
Fuck Nintendo. Oh lord, the Switch 2 load times, some of these A rates and stuff, horrendous. Yeah, things are about to get very interesting. But yeah, no, that's the Mare Syncronus stuff. I'm not pro censorship, but the danger of what Mare Syncronus offered overall, I think, is worth taking it down.
Really?
Yes. And again,
Fair enough.
Yoshida has already said on multiple occasions, keep it to yourself. Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about your gooning.
Don't talk
obsession.
about the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. It's the same rule that applies here. So I don't expect Dalamud to be taken down. I don't expect a whole bunch of mods to just spontaneously combust. Unless the devs behind them cause them to do that. I don't expect Square to do it.
Fuck, that is the shortest way across.
So, I don't know.
Don't talk about your Oshi tributes. Oh yeah, I actually had somebody asked me if they could do that, and I was like, if you tell me about it, I'm blocking you. So
Yep, exactly. All right, that's the end of my thing.
not interested. Not interested in that, in my personal opinion.
So I'm gonna let you take the reins because we have a certain purple-haired dumbass to talk about.
Are you talking about me?
No,
That's
the
me.
other purple-haired dumbass.
Hold on. Oh, goodness gracious.
Again,
I'm
chat.
debating if I should play some special music.
If you like the content I produce, you want to hear me bitch about this stuff more, you should come. You should subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Like the channel. Subscribe. We're definitely planning a 600 sub goal to play Crow Country. And join the Discord. We have special dogs over there, and it's a great time. Otherwise, I'm gonna show this because this is really funny. Because this is the first time that Dawn has actually brought me up. I posted to Akko's post earlier. I can see you've become a better person, but not even kindly fuck off. They've just given up on second chances.
Do you want me to bring up your thing?
I have it on my screen right now, but you're welcome to.
Oh, fuck. Send it to. Is that the tweet that you posted underneath my shit?
Well, no, this is the tweet I posted. He screenshotted it and actively posted it.
Oh, right. Well, I'll get to that eventually. I feel like there needs to be a lot of build up for Dawn, so.
There is. I'm talking about this because this is the first time that Dawn has specifically mentioned me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of this because the motherfucker completely forgot about me.
I find that incredibly funny that you are. Well, it's a funny and kind of sad kind of deal because, like,
he hates you enough that he forgot about me.
That is incredibly sad in my personal opinion because, like, you were a 10 plus. Was it 10 plus years?
2016 to 2020-ish.
Okay, so about 6-ish years then. But you were a 6-7 year friendship. I feel like I need to, like, rewind a little bit for chat and for the video here that I'm gonna be putting this on.
Is this the same Dawn you discussed in past streams? Yes.
Yes. I was actually gonna get to that there in a moment. Thank you for. I'm just gonna hit favorite it since you read that, and I will get to super chats after this chat. So the last time I talked about Dawn, there was, like, this idea that I may not talk about them again. However, there is a reason why I'm talking about them again, and it is because they have. And I knew this was going to kind of be the case where, and I only say that I knew this would be the case because Dawn is one of those individuals that never stops being them, if that makes sense. You know, does that make sense, Tim?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And what I mean by that is, they are a narcissist. Do not get it wrong. Do not get it twisted. Dawn, Empress Dawn, here. I'm actually just going to pull up their profile here for people that.
Here, I'll put it up on my screen
curious.
so you all can see it. I will not scroll down.
Yeah, you should not scroll down.
Because he actively posts porn.
Should not scroll down whatsoever, actually.
This is all you
So-
get, chat.
Yeah, this is Empress Dawn. They are somebody that I have known since the beginning of my streaming kind of foray, and I've been there since the beginning of their streaming foray as well. And I've known of them because like I met them through other friends that I don't really interact with anymore because of them. And they have a really interesting history. They are, for the most part, I can't really even call Dawn a VTuber at this point. They are more just like a person that likes to roleplay on Twitter all day, and then occasionally they will start up a stream playing video games or whatever they would like to. I would also like to say that I am not going to number Fiend during this stream because I really don't care about the size of the streamer. I don't care like if they're big or small or whatever. Dawn has been able to get a decent size on there, and I think that's great.
I am going to counter that real quick, if you don't mind. A lot of Dawn's big numbers is because Dawn actively roleplays on that account. You will actually see on my screen, on the You Might Like, and there's a couple ones here that's like, why is that there? Those are roleplay accounts.
Yeah, all of the people that kind of orbit around Dawn are just role players. A lot of their, I bet it's a guy. Yes, Dawn is a guy. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to show it, even though it's been previously been posted by them. But Dawn used to use a webcam, right? I'm not wrong.
No, he did.
Right?
He did.
I'm like
Absolutely.
99% sure. Dawn used to be a like they showed their face, they played video games. Is he single? I don't know. Last I checked, they had a boyfriend, but
I think they still do, but I don't know.
I would say don't ask, please. All right, that's not accounting for botted views and likes. No, they don't. Okay, here's what I will say, chat. They don't bot their views. They don't bot their likes, and I know for a fact they don't do that. All right, because the amount of people that follow them, those are all roleplay accounts.
Yep.
None of them are. I mean, like I assume a couple of them. I assume a couple of them are like, VTubers, but like most like it legitimately. Dawn is not like they don't bot their shit. 100%. RP account, yeah. Now I will say I used to roleplay, so you know if you think roleplay is cringe, I used to roleplay, so I used to be cringe.
I do think there's a difference though. Like if you roleplay on Twitter, I would say, and you do content creation, you want to roleplay, that's fine. Keep it separate. Keep the two lives separated so they don't leak into each other.
Yes, I would agree with
Dawn
that.
does not follow that rule. They do the same thing on the same account.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems that kind of comes up with Dawn. And if you're interested, chat, we are kind of like doing a whole like foray and explaining kind of their history. I think some people were just expecting I was going to talk about what happened with them tonight, and we 100% will, because it's worth talking about. The shit that I saw them do is definitely worth talking about. And the alleged stuff that people are talking about is also worth talking about. But I just want to like go through a brief history with them. It is also worth noting that, like I mentioned in the previous stream, Dawn and I kind of see as mutual combatants. I try my best not to like poke at them. In fact, I have given people very strict instructions to try and not notify me of shit that goes on. Spoiler alert, the person that told me today, I don't think I ever told about that rule, so that's, you know, I'm not gonna get on them for that period. But I have told people I don't care about what Dawn does, because my life is, number one, not dictated by them. Number two, and I'm not gonna number fiend here, but there are dozens of people that are way more interesting to me than Dawn.
Yes.
All right, Dawn is somebody that I knew when I was a young streamer. But there are so many more people that are way more interesting to me to cover. Dawn is just one of those, oh, all right, I used to know, you're just somebody that I used to know, and occasionally you say something stupid and retarded, and so I'm going to shine the light on you for a moment, and then I'm going to, you know, walk away, if that makes sense. And like I said, Temp, you kind of have a longer kind of experience with them.
I do.
Is that something that you feel comfortable talking with, or would you like to forget all of that?
So I will fully admit, long
Oh
time
gosh.
ago,
Oh
when
no.
I met Dawn, I actively roleplayed on Twitter.
I mean, that's fine to admit. I don't think people are gonna get upset at you for that.
So that was back in 2016. I roleplayed on Twitter.
Okay.
That's how I met Dawn. And then we
Okay.
started interacting more and more, kind of more personally. It kind of we did. I think it was Skype first because at that time Skype wasn't like what's the right way to say it? It wasn't as big as it is
It was
now.
still popular.
Skype was we always did calls was through PlayStation Network.
That's right, because they didn't have a computer, did
I
they?
actively had to keep paying for a PlayStation Plus account or PlayStation Network to be able to chat with my
Oh.
friends. It was actually Dawn that convinced me to buy Overwatch. This is when Overwatch first came out. Not Overwatch 2,
Okay.
Overwatch 1.
Wait, Dawn is right. Why you owned over? I'm so sorry.
No, I
didn't
intended to buy
know that.
Overwatch on PC.
Okay.
I changed my decision to
Ah,
buy it on PlayStation because of Dawn
I see.
and that circle of friends.
I see. I see. I see.
It was for several years we talked through PlayStation. To the point that I actually used my PC even less, and Dawn constantly talked down to me on the games I played because they weren't the games that he liked.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say that like I thankfully I think enough time has passed that you no longer kind of like have the stigma of
No.
them in your head talking to you about the games you
Absolutely
like,
not.
because you would tell me about how video games like were no longer fun to you because of how Dawn and other people around Dawn treated you.
Yep.
Like what was it, Smash Brothers and Mario Kart? You refused
So-
to play Mario Kart for like the longest time because of that.
I bought a Switch. I bought Mario Kart 8. It was Mario Kart 8. With the intended purpose to play with Dawn and his friends, which were at that time my friends too.
They used to be all of our friends, chat. I'm just gonna tell you right now, a lot of these people used to be our friends.
Yes.
Kind of glad they're not now,
So,
to be honest with you.
I used to play Smash Ultimate and Mario Kart 8 with these people. And their constant way of demeaning me, at least, I don't know about you, to me anyway, was if you don't
I never
play
got
this
to the game
game
phase with them.
every day, you're never going to be as good as we are. And they did the same thing with Smash Ultimate and Mario Kart 8, to the point that I stopped playing games with them entirely. They
Well,
are
you
the
weren't,
reason
like,
I hate both games.
Well, like you're not like a serious gamer in Smash. You're just like kind of casual.
I like to play games casually. Like if I'm getting
Right.
deep into a game, again, like Final Fantasy 14, Guild Wars 2, Destiny 2, because these are games that I really enjoy. Those games are like they're fun to play with friends, but that's like the only reason I would play them.
Sorry, Chad. I have to rub my eyes there a little bit.
Is this the creature that was rude to Astolfo? Yes.
Yes, this is the creature that was rude to Astolfo.
Temp is,
Temp
a,
is a
weekend warrior.
I think Temp just prefers not to go ham. I mean, like, I get it. I don't go ham with PvP because I hate PvP.
They're a bunch of tryhards?
So they were a bunch-
Absolutely.
Yes, they were. They still are, I feel like.
They are. And I want to add some context. I'm not going to go look for it because I've spent several hours hunting it down. Dawn's original model, not this one, not the one you see on my screen, not this weird thing. Their original model, I designed.
Oh, yes, Temp. So here's the thing you have to know, chat. Temp is really good at character creation. I want to say, I don't know if you helped me a lot with my...
With Occo's redesign, yes, I helped with that one.
Yes.
Not the clown.
You didn't help
with
with... No, you didn't help with the clown. The clown was a horny choice, I'm going to tell you right now. But I think that's one that everybody's okay with. But yeah, you're pretty good at character creation, and you helped design the original Dawn design was like really cute.
It was basic,
silly,
but it was cute. It kind of gave off like early Project Melody vibes, actually.
Yeah, we can't see the model here, chat. I was planning here. Let me.
Dawn's model is now based on FGOBB. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I brought this up before. I will bring it up again. Let me bring up a picture. I will full screen it for you, chat. By the way, Dawn is like threatening to go to their artist about me using this picture. Okay, I'm using it transformatively. Okay, good luck there.
Yep.
Here,
Temp is good at top heavy women. I am.
let me get a picture up. Like legitimately, chat. The biggest problem with Dawn is that they don't really have a lot of original ideas. And they'll blame their autism for that, probably. But they copied a lot of BB
And
for their model.
Kiara.
And Kiara, yes.
And
Because they
there's one
love
other,
Fate
but
Grand Order.
yeah.
They are, like, madly in love with Fate.
At least they were. Now it's all, like, MiHoYo shit.
Yeah. Now they're heavy into MiHoYo. I expect that if they ever do get a new model, that their new model is going to just be, Kiana.
Yeah. Send them a Sonichu medallion. I do not condone anyone going after him or
No,
doing shit
do
like
not
that.
send. Exactly. First stream. Well, this is a very fun first stream for you. I hope you enjoy yourself. Anyway, we'll get back to the timeline. Here's the thing with Dawn. When I first met Dawn through another friend, there was a constant need for moderation. And this, I am one of many people that did moderation with Dawn and people that they chose to fight with. And I'm sure that Temp can corroborate quite a lot of that as well.
Yes.
I actually looked through my old DMs the other day with Dawn. I was able to look through them, and I just looked through a lot of just like coaching that I attempted to do. But no, so they would often get into fights with other people. One of them being one of my mods that is I think he's asleep because he has work tomorrow. But one of my mods now, he would often get into fights with them, and
hell, I would get into fights with them regularly.
I'll be honest, I don't remember those, but
they weren't like fights like
yes.
that one, but because Dawn is constantly saying like I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm Mr. I will find the exact proof to show you why you're wrong.
Yeah, because Dawn.
I constantly won those fights, by the way.
Dawn is one of those characters where if you tell them that they are wrong, they will make it their life's mission to prove you wrong.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why they really hate me, by the way.
Yes.
Because I refuse to acknowledge that they are right. But no, I oftentimes would break up fights between them and other people. And the very deep understanding I came to have is that Dawn likes to fight with people. However, there was also the point where I realized that some of these people that fought with Dawn also kind of just fought with Dawn because they both were wrong. If that kind of makes sense. There were situations where it's just like, oh, everybody's kind of wrong, and I'll put myself in kind of the ring for some of that there, but definitely not all of it. But there came to a head after Dawn started streaming, where I kind of had my awakening. Noticing, it sounds annoying, very annoying. There's a lot of weird personal shit that Dawn told me that I'm not going to repeat.
Yeah. There is stuff not suited for the public.
I will repeat only what they have said constantly in public and in their Discord server, which is public, by the way.
Now,
and I will say this right now for God Angels and these witnesses. If your Discord server is public, anything you say in it can be repeated in the public.
I will admit, they used to have the rant channel in the Discord public. It is no longer public, so that is off limits now.
No,
you have to actually ask for permission for it. So that is off limits now. This is something I actually praised Dawn for, because this is something that should never have, but at least it's private.
No, I would agree with that. Yeah, because it's private. There, I can't really speak to whatever goes on in there. Granted, I don't know anybody that has access to it, because everybody that has access to it gets booted out because they tell Dawn that they shared this shit and then they have to apologize, and I'm like, you fucking moron! Why would you share it with me and then apologize? I'm sorry. I just have to say,
The what
if
now?
you want to share shit with me, stop apologizing.
So Dawn in their Discord server has a rant specific channel.
Which I don't recommend that you ever set up. If you have a rant channel, you need to shut it down.
Yeah, I
Bad
completely
idea.
agree. If you want to rant to people, do it in a friend only space or privately in DMs.
Or to a therapist. I said this last time I talked about Dawn. Dawn needs a therapist. 100%. Dawn
Yeah.
needs to go to therapy to get diagnosed for their narcissistic personality disorder.
And
by the way, I'm not armchair psychologying here, but I do think that Dawn has narcissism.
I don't know if I'm okay. I'm allowed to repeat this in some of the. Well, they've actively talked about in public about their autism.
Their autism that they,
and how it dictates everything they do now.
Yeah.
Like, they have posted on several times. It's like, I'm allowed to say X, Y, and Z because I'm autistic. I'm allowed to do X, Y, and Z because I'm autistic. Does not
Now,
give
granted,
you a shield.
I feel like you do need to get some context.
I don't want to dig through their Twitter.
Because I sometimes say that as a joke.
Right.
I say that as a joke.
You say it as a joke. Dawn has actively said it intentionally, not as a joke.
Oh, goodness.
And now this is when they were even posting it publicly in their Discord server when I was in there. So,
yeah, I do want to say I did notice that the pedophile Usagi is like defending Dawn. Dawn, I really don't know why you are okay with a pedophile that is Usagi. Somebody that talked to another individual, asking them for more information about their underage stuff. But you know what? That's fine with me. You know, if that's what you want to align yourself with, go right ahead. But anyway, continuing on the timeline, I'll just say that I came to a head, and I realized that Dawn was a very inappropriate and a very annoying creature, and I started to distance myself from them, and I became increasingly annoyed with them. Usagi Calamari, yes. Yes. Usagi Calamari is somebody that I will never, ever break bread with because of the DM leaks that they have had. And what people have said that they have asked or talked about with them. Absolutely never, ever, fucking ever gonna break bread with them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Whoops, sorry. My autism caused me to commit atrocities.
Whatever is against Usagi. Again, Usagi is upset because we kicked them out of our area because Usagi likes to pick fights with everybody, and we decided we did not want to stand that. I've also said that they are really bad at timing their jokes. Like, they told a Nazi joke, which I really don't care about, but they told it very poorly, and it made them and a lot of people around them look bad. And I'm just like, you know, that's very fucking retarded of you, Usagi. I can't give you that. That's really fucking dumb. But you know, it's whatever. Again, like here, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this up for you. Again, Dawn, if this is really who you want to have person you, all right. If Usagi is the one that you are okay with personing you, okay, okay. I don't believe in guilt by association, but okay, that's who you want to person you. Enjoy. But anyway. Dawn became increasingly annoying to me over a period of time, and it became very clear to me that the shit I tried to deal with, which was them getting into fights with everybody, was something that was not only a common occurrence, but everybody just kind of like knew was a thing. It was just kind of there, and so there really wasn't anything you could do to, you know, move past it. So I just kind of separated.
No, yeah.
5 or 6 times I separated, and this is where I will say, Chad, I was really fucking retarded myself because the first time I separated, I should have just not gone back, in my personal opinion. I should have just like stayed away. I should have not touched it with a 50-foot pole, and I should have just laid it to rest. So I left Dawn, and then Temp became my best friend.
No,
and then eventually Temp.
Oh no, you left first, and it was me.
Yeah. And then Temp became my best friend, and then he left eventually.
So,
go ahead.
I want to kind of add some context to this. Now, this was at a time, and I disagree with myself now. But back then, Don's big goal was playing exclusively Kingdom Hearts. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. But I actively told Don, like, hey, maybe you should pick maybe some more popular games. Because they were playing Kingdom Hearts 1. And don't get me wrong, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a good game. But it's an older game that you really kind of need to curate your audience around. And Don's audience at the time was exclusively friends. So I was saying, hey, maybe you should start playing more popular games. I forget what was popular at the time. But, you know, you kind of want to play some more popular games to really try and bring in an audience who likes these things. And instead of doing that, they're basically saying, no, you're wrong, and kept doing it. That's not the way things work. And the constant being told I'm wrong, even though... And now looking at it, I'm partially right, because like around the popular game thing, but partially wrong. It got annoying. To the point of like,
annoying.
I'm done. I'm done trying to help
Yeah.
you. You clearly don't want my help. I know somewhere I can go where my help is appreciated. And at that time, it was Occo. So, I abandoned ship. And then after abandoning ship, I truly realized how awful they were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had my suspicions, but being away from it and seeing what Occo had seen, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. But yeah, like it was a slow pull apart for Temp, and I think Temp just had to get to that point. And then there were multiple years of like we wouldn't talk, and then maybe there would be a rekindling for a little bit, and it kind of came to a head like 2 years ago where there was the final separation. And the final separation kind of happened after I got on Dawn for basically being a lazy SOB that doesn't do anything with their life. I am not going to mention their actual age because I don't think that is actually something that's put out there. I will say they are over their 20s. All right, they're over their 20s. Cool. That's all I'm gonna say is they are a legal adult. They are over the age of 25, and that boom, there you go. They still live with their parents. They actively and very openly say that they still live with their parents. They do not have a job that they work. YouTube is their only job, to decreasing returns. I'm hearing, and they constantly whine about their parents. And all their parents ask them because, by the way, their parents don't ask them to pay rent. Their parents don't ask them to do a whole lot. Their parents ask them to interact with them as human beings, and to do chores,
Just house responsibilities to keep the house in order.
like taking out the trash
And doing the dishes.
and doing the dishes.
Which
You know,
I don't think is too much to ask
basic
for.
shit. Not too much to ask for at all. Like legitimately. That they complain about this kind of shit. Like if you sift through the hundreds of Gooner posts that Don posts, and this is one of those things where it would definitely be difficult as somebody that would follow along Don's profiles. Maybe actually a really smart thing for a prey like Dawn is to continue to post porn all day because you can't really scroll their profile for that reason. But if you scroll through their porn and role plays, you'll see them occasionally complaining about their parents. You'll see them occasionally just talk horribly about them. Even though I don't like, I've heard about their parents and maybe they're a little bit overbearing, but you have to understand when you have adults that they're still living with you after they have reached the age of majority and they don't do anything. They stream for a living, which to a boomer parent means that you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You reluctantly do chores. You complain about doing chores. You fight with your parents all the time. Yeah, I would understand why your parents might be a little bit like of hard asses on you.
Hey, I want
Parents
to add
probably
some
wonder where they
context
went
to this.
wrong.
I want to give some
Yeah.
amazing context to this. I still live at home with my father.
You're different though.
I made it my goal before stream, today even, to get the laundry done, to do the garbage, and do the dishes. You know why?
That's so nice of
they
you.
were things I needed to do. I wasn't asked to do them. They needed to be done. so I did them. Dawn has to be yelled at to do this shit.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. 100%. And so I'm just... I didn't want any part of that life. Temp, you need to get a bank account. Yeah, that's the one thing Temp needs to do.
Yeah.
Once Temp gets a bank account, he'll then Temp will 110% be above Dawn in all ways, shapes, or forms. But no, like, so that is Dawn's existence. They stream, not, and here's the crazy thing. If I didn't have to work, chat, I would be fucking Pirate Software streaming all day, every day for 6 hours. I would do that because that is time that could be used for creating content, for doing things. You know, I would Asmongold it up. Dawn doesn't do that. Dawn streams whenever they want, from the looks of it. They don't keep a schedule. In fact, they actively argued with me when it came to having a schedule. I remember this argument. They actually argued with me about having a schedule because having a schedule is way too stressful.
I have a schedule. I don't get paid for streaming. You know why I have one? Because having the consistency brings in proper viewership.
Well, it's just like, and that's the thing I tried to explain. It's just like, listen, viewers, and I'm not trying to say this to be mean at all, chat, but viewers need consistency. If you take time off, if you get out of a loop, people will forget that you exist. And so you need to constantly keep going all the time. And they actually argued with me on that. But like, they don't have a schedule. So they stream whenever the fuck they want, whenever they feel like it. Okay. And they just do whatever. And which bothers me, because it's just like, if streaming is your job, because they have somehow convinced their parents. Don't know how they're still able to do it. Although I do have an anecdote about it. This is like a rat theory, not actually true kind of deal. But like, they have convinced their parents that they need to be on the internet to make money, and that making money on the internet is their only way of making money. And the reason why is because they are physically and mentally disabled. Actually, the physically might not be so much true.
Physically,
We will
I'm
never
not
forget
sure.
you exist. Well, thank you.
I
don't think physically
that one I'm
disabled.
not sure of, and I'm not gonna.
I have not seen a picture of him in years, so I couldn't tell you. But I'm just going to assume it's just mentally disabled. So, chat, here's one other fun thing you have to understand. Dawn is autistic. At least according to him, his mother said that he was autistic. Extremely, horribly autistic. Can't go outside, can't do anything, stuck inside all day. The autism is taken over his brain, and he is just stuck as a defenseless creature. Now, that may sound like a bunch of bullshit, and that's because I have autism, chat. I was born with it. Pretty sure I was born with it. I'd have to ask my mother. But I was born with it, and I had to grow up with it. My mom had to grow with me, and she definitely had some rough days with God during that period of time. Would you say he's homestuck? Oh my! I don't think he ever got into homestuck. That's like a female thing. But
maybe
no,
he
no, but fucking hold on. There we go.
So am I,
No,
and I work
but-
full time and have a wife and 2 kids. I also make custom hats as a hobby. You learn to adapt. Bingo.
Yes, 100%.
So
Yes.
basically, Chris Chan.
Well, worse.
Worse. Hold on, real quick. Anita Sean.
Worse.
I finally made it. Friend was finishing Shadowbringers, and I had to promise to be there for them. That's perfectly fine. We talked about it earlier in the stream. It was right before this topic, actually. So that's in the VOD.
Yes.
For that later.
But yeah, so Dawn is worse. Because the thing with Dawn is they actively use their autism as a cudgel to get away with anything they want. They actually used it today. And I don't know if they were using it jokingly or not. But I'll talk about that today when we get to the today thing. But like, they use their autism as a cudgel for everything. Whenever it's just like, oh, you need to work harder, it's like, oh, but my autism keeps me from doing things. And every single fucking time, this is what gets me mad at the internet, chat. Dawn, if you're listening, this pisses me off here. All right, actively pisses me the fuck off. All right, whenever I hear this motherfucker, either on his Twitter, in his Discord, that people still fucking send me even though I don't want them to, or on their streams, just being like how they can't do things, how they can't get a job, how they can't live their life because they're just so disabled and so autistic that they can't do shit. And I just, you know, I live in an apartment by myself, of course. I live in an apartment by myself, no assistance. Oh, my parents. It's cheaper for my parents to pay for my plan, but I'm eventually gonna get my own phone. But like, I have no assistance. I have my own car. I have my own insurance. I have my own full-time job, and then I also have streaming, which I'm very blessed by when it comes to streaming. Let's see what else. I am a normal functioning human in society. You know, I can go out. I can interact with people. You know, I'm a very personable individual. At least I personally think so. And as somebody who grew up with autism, looking at how Dawn, one, treats their parents, two, talks about themselves, and then treats other people around them, it kind of makes me, it pisses me off. It legitimately pisses me off to a just insane degree. Thank you for the 5.
Now, I will say, they have it way easier. I'm not going to talk about the reasons why, because I feel like that kind of gets in a little bit personal. But from what I have talked to Don about, they had it way easier than they made it sound.
Oh, well, they 100% have it way easier than they make it sound. 100%. From the stories that I've heard from them, the stories that I've heard from previous friends, from you, from multiple people, Dawn parents, they're not rich, but they're well-off people. Dawn lives with well-off people that live a well-off life and do well-off things.
Mm-hmm.
Although Dawn probably never leaves the house, so like, you know, it's.
See, that's something I could never do.
That.
I need to like leave the house sometimes. There are some times where
Same.
I actively am like, I'm trapped. I need to leave.
Same. More recently, I've been actually getting out of the house more. Like during my days off, I will try and leave the house once a day, even if it's to go get some sort of snack or ice cream or whatever. I will leave the house because after like 5 or 6 hours of sitting in a chair, it's just like, man, I feel like a piece of shit. I want to like. Okay, I almost said something bad, but like.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Thank you for the 10, Crundle.
Like, unless I have a stream soon and I know I will get back. Like, if I know I have a stream soon, I won't leave. But if I know I have a stream that day and I have plenty of time to be able to leave the house and make it back in time, I'll leave. If I have no plans, I will leave.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. Thank you again, Crundle, for that as well. But I read the chat. I try to, yes.
I actually read it more than Occo does.
I try to as much as I can. I really try to. Thank you for meeting the goal, by the way. I'll set up one more goal here in a moment. But like, unironically, I will 100% admit, I am a hard ass on this individual. I am an extreme fucking hard ass on Dawn. Okay? Not just because I think they're a lazy piece of shit that still lives with their parents at the age that they do. Like when I used to obsess over Dawn, and I will admit I was definitely a-loggy over Dawn, and I had to work through that with my personal animal support doggo right here.
Hi.
But like, it wasn't the fact. Like I legitimately thought to myself, what are they gonna do when they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and then their parents are gone?
Yeah.
You know, she's like, what is he gonna do? Is he like hope? Because like, and this isn't a secret either. Dawn is, last I checked, in a relationship with another individual, in another country. And my thought process is, okay, what is Dawn's like overall plan? I've heard rumors that they're like planning to move to this other individual's country, which I'm not going to say. But like, what is their plan to just before their parents pass, move to another country and actively what's their plan? They don't have a plan. That's the thing. They don't have a plan. LDR. I don't know what LDR is. My apologies. So like, it's just extremely bothering to me. But it's not just that. It's not just how they treat their family. It's not that they're the age that they are still living with their parents. That even if their parents might be a bit of a hard ass, I would actually have to meet and live with them in order to agree or disagree. But as far as I've heard, they sound actually like decent people.
Yeah.
But like unironically, it's not that. The thing that burns me the most is that Dawn uses their autism as a cudgel for everything. Excuse me.
As somebody who actually has a
And
lot of issues, I can't imagine telegraphing the whole world and wearing it like a badge of honor. They act like autism make them paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah.
yeah, that legitimately. They and
Hey,
like
you know
I said,
what?
they bitch, whine, and moan about everything. They've slowed down on it, probably because I laugh at them so much.
Yeah.
But they've slowed down on like bitching, moaning, and whining on the internet.
Yeah.
But
And
I
you know
just
what? I would love to be proven, given
I'd
actual
love to be
evidence
proven wrong
that this
too.
is wrong. Because I would love if Dawn had a job and actually left the house and actually was financially better and didn't treat their parents like the way they do. Like, if you do all that, proud of you. But
Yeah.
they've given me no
Uh-huh.
proof to prove that it's true, even when I actively knew them and talked to them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. In like the past 5 or 6 years, that like I would like to think that I had moved myself a little bit past being the way I was in 2019 when COVID started. I would like to think that I'm a little bit different at the very least. Dawn just kind of stays the same.
Yeah.
Stays the same old place, no improvement. No improvement, same old mindset. Same old mindset, same old, same old shit. Dawn has never like aspired to anything greater in their life. They've never wanted to do anything greater in their life. They just sit in their room, they play their gotcha. And I will say I don't mind if like if you like your gotcha, if you like to do that stuff and you're working on other stuff, that's fine. But there comes a point, and Dawn is the point, where I look and say, you are just a loser and you need to do something else with your life. All right. I know so many autistic people. A lot of them are in my chat right now. I'm actually really happy to have so many people that have autism that have done something with their lives. It makes me happy to know I'm not the only one that has actually done something and given a fuck about their lives and actually wants to do more. But then I look at Dawn and it's just like, man, where did society fail you? And it's like, society didn't fail you. You failed yourself.
Yep.
But anyway, that's kind of like a very brief going over. I would have to actually write down a timeline for Dawn.
It'd be
I
a
would
long timeline.
legitimately.
That, in a way,
I'm not going to.
and I'm
though.
not
I'm
saying
not
you
going
should,
to.
but that could be like its own video on a similar scale of like Cinder.
Oh,
it's not worth
close.
it, but you know what I mean.
Listen, here's what I will say. Dawn will not ever get a video unless they are, one, outed for something absolutely egregious, and because I don't count streams as videos.
No.
Or two, they blow up as a massive streamer, and then I can like say, hey, by the way, this is the Dawn that I know.
Yeah.
And bring my receipts, basically. I have my dishwashing job. Hey, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm not going to hide under my autism. Good. You shouldn't hide under your autism. Again, my thought process is there's a lot of people that need to pull themselves up. Dawn is one of them. And I think Dawn's a loser.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, let's move on to kind of why I cared about them today. What's really funny is they they kind of called it. Because, and this is one of those things where it's just like, okay, if you knew this was going to happen, why the fuck did you get into a fight with people in the first place? So why am I even bringing up Dawn in the first place? Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Give me one moment. That is fantastic. Listen, Shadow, it doesn't take a lot to do more than Shadow, or excuse me, more than Dawn, but you have done tremendously more than Dawn. Starting 2 soup kitchens, that is fantastic. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. But no, it doesn't take a whole lot to do more than Dawn. All you got to do is actively like participate in something every single week outside of the house that does not involve your parents. So that's all you have to do more than this. So I'll work on fitting rooms. That's awesome. Again, soup kitchens, real noble. Yes. Listen, even if you don't have a job, if you go and serve, like there's a lot of different situations where it's just like getting a job is not necessary or getting a job is not something you can do. And I'm not going to get on people for that. Like, again, there's a lot of situations where people are actually like infirm, unable to work, or there's something wrong with them. If all you can go do is a little bit of service and then you take care of your parents because your parents need you, that's different.
Yep.
If the way that you spread yourself and help other people is by serving people in online capacities, that's fantastic. That is good. I'm glad that like you've been able to do that. The difference between you and Dawn is that Dawn does nothing. Legitimately, you go out and do something for a day and you've done more. And I'm laughing because it's sad. Legitimately. Anyway. I blame my mental health, but I don't blame it on going out and doing things. No, yeah. I mean, like, I joke about my mental health sometimes, and I know that I have shortcomings, but I'm not going to come out and say that I'm like my mental health is the cause for all my issues. No, I know that I'm an asshole. I know I'm an asshole. I know I need to tie in my empathy a little bit like iDubbbz sometimes. Maybe not like iDubbbz, but I know I need to rein in my empathy sometimes. And I know I need to like get it on lock, but I feel like I know how to do it when it's worth it. If that makes sense. Anyway, let's get to why I'm talking about Dawn today, because there is a specific reason. Like I said, chat, I've asked people not to involve me when it comes to Dawn because one, I don't care. Two, it's a fixation that I really am tired of like having. Three, I know I annoy Temp with it sometimes. Although I know that Temp, depending on the mood, Temp was like, that's really funny. So
Yeah.
it depends.
Well, let me bring up the post that you're looking at so that way I have evidence, or like proof of.
Yeah, it's my tweet. So there's a little bit of backstory to this. I have screenshots, and I will not be showing them because the people that had them said that they really just don't want to be involved. And I said that's fine. I can talk about the situation. I don't have to name people.
Yep.
Because like, and again, I have my own chastising I would give for some of these people. And that chastising is like, why are you putting yourself in the reign of being next to an abuser? Because don't get me wrong, chat. Dawn, with all these other things that I've already said about Dawn, Dawn is also an abuser. They are not like a physical abuser. I don't think that I will never say that they have physically harmed somebody, not even allegedly, because as far as I know, they have never laid a hand on anybody in their life. But they do a lot of mental abuse, like a lot of mental abuse. I've already kind of like talked about some of it through my brief time of actually like considering myself a friend. I feel like I've had some mental abuse from them. I know Temp has said tonight that he's basically had some mental abuse. I know multiple people that I have had to coach and talk to on the phone that have said that they have had mental abuse by Dawn. Now, with all that in mind, unfortunately, it has taken multiple years for some of these people to finally break away because, unfortunately, when somebody is getting abused, they don't outright have the right steps to leave it. And so I am a little bit critical of some of those people. However, not so critical because I understand that when it comes to abusive relationships, even friendships, it takes a while before you recognize that you're worth more and that you should be given more and walking away from it. And so I don't like I obviously am a little critical of those people, but not so critical if that makes sense. Like it really is a case by case basis. and with some of those people, yeah, I'm looping now, so I'm not going to. But Dawn started talking today, and I got this because again, one of my friends, not going to say who, gave this to me. I was in the middle of my work route. I was at like almost done, and I think so. I was in a Discord call when I was happening because I wanted to talk to people.
Yeah, I debated joining that
But
call, but I had stuff I had to take care of, so I couldn't.
it was a fun call. We talked about a lot of different stuff. But like one of my friends DMs me and says, "Are they talking about you?" And I was like, "Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm kind of upset that I'm knowing about this, but you know what? Actually, what did I say? I'll just read exactly what I said because I think it's because I made a joke with I made an insider joke with them, and they're like, "Hey, Dawn is saying you're talking shit about them again," and I'm like, "You don't say." You do, because this individual also knows Dawn and knows of their escapades, and I was like, "Okay, you need to share it." I was like, "Damn it." I was on a good streak. I was on a good streak. It was like over almost a month of not having to hear about this motherfucker, and then this happens, and I get these tweets, and I was like, okay, I guess I need to read them. So I take a small like 2 or 3 minute break to sit through and read all these in my workstation. Can I? Yeah, I can. So this is
Actually,
today.
I have a proper image better than that one. If you want to bring that one up instead, it is in the docket.
Oh, you don't like my screenshot?
You could see more with the one I posted.
Okay.
Figure
least
it
full
might
screen
help
it.
you.
All right, fair enough. So I'll go ahead and read this here. And yeah. So and here is something that is really funny about Dawn is they like to vague post a lot. I know I sometimes have struggles with that as well, but I'm trying not to do it so much. I try not to, even though I fail sometimes. Thank you for the 5. Thank you. I agree. You should never give up. I agree. Anyway, thank you for that. So Dawn, like I said, Dawn likes to vague tweet. They like to use this image a lot too. This image of them, by the way, their eyes, by the way, that they have decided to copy from Kiana from that's the other funny thing about Dawn, which we've already kind of mentioned, is Dawn will see something from a video game. They will think it is the coolest thing ever, and then they will put it on their OC Donut Steel, which is their model, and then act like it is the coolest thing in the world. And their eyes being in the Honkai Cross from Honkai Impact, that like very original. Like those are literally Kiana's eyes right there.
I will counter this by saying I'm technically also guilty of this. But what I do instead is I will just commission a full cosplay piece, and that's it.
A cosplay piece is different though.
Right.
Stacks energy.
But what they could do instead is just focus on their model, and if they want to do something like that, they do a cosplay piece. They occasionally do.
I will say, I would not care and harp on this if it was 1 or 2 things, okay?
Yep.
If Dawn had only done this with like, let's say the hairstyle of BB, or maybe the hair things that they do, or even the parts of the outfit, if they had only chosen one of those things, I would not care about the eyes. I care, like, here, I want to bring up a picture of this.
Can you put it in the docket if you find one, so I can bring it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna just like. That's not a good picture. That's fan art.
Decent one.
I think the original one we'll just have to do. I'm just gonna DM it to you.
Oh, look, porn and lots of porn. Oh, this will work. Unless what you sent me is
Can I
better.
zoom that in?
Oh, okay, that's
really
what
is not. It's really not better, but
okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Kind of see in the eyes. Not
okay,
really.
Hold on.
Fuck, it's a bad image.
Hold on, I got you. I could do one better. I got you.
This will be cut out in the edited version. That's a hot model. This isn't.
You know
this
what?
isn't a VTuber model though.
Perfect. Perfect.
This isn't a VTuber model, Chad. This is from a Honkai Impact Third. Oh, you know what? That's absolutely fantastic. Yes, just do it. No, here's what we're gonna do. Go back to the image of Dawn. Do a side by side. All right. You got to do a side by side of both of them together. All right. Yeah, like take a side by side of both of them. No. Separate.
No,
the tab.
I know what
Pull
you're
the tab
talking
out.
about.
Just pull it.
I see. Hold on, chat.
I thought you were an IT expert.
Shut up.
I thought you.
Shut up.
How are you not in? What are you doing?
Oh,
Here,
that didn't work
chat.
the way I wanted it to.
I'll just do this, chat. There we go. There's there is the eyes. I'm gonna zoom in on the eyes here, chat. There is the eyes. They literally just aped the eyes of
Oh,
the
I
Visor of the
see.
Void.
You're doing the display capture. I'm doing
Yes.
a window capture.
I always do display capture.
I don't. Here.
That's fair. But anyway, well, let's just move on. Let's just move on because like I think we're gonna like get it.
I'm gonna post this for my chat so they can see what I'm doing or what I'm looking at.
Okay.
This is the comparison.
Fair
And
enough.
yeah, like it's bad. Don't get me wrong.
It's bad.
Like the one on the left is better than the one on the right, but point stands.
Oh, the point that I'm trying to make is I wouldn't care about the eyes if they didn't ape literally everything about their model and put it into one big like amalgamate, which is kind of egregious for me to say because amalgamate is actually a good VTuber.
We love them
the
all. Here.
$5. Thank you, Zen Master. But yeah, so this is their tweet. I'm gonna read it now. 20 minutes just to get to the reading. But with this very evil, ominous look that they've done. By the way, also again, I not to segue again, but this frame right here is a frame from the Hersher of the Void animation.
Yeah, it's
My model's hotter. Yes, it is. It's sorry.
God, I really want to say it, but I can't verify it, so I don't want to sound wrong. But it's essentially sketched over.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't say that. I would have to ask their artist.
See, that's the thing is like I don't want to go that far because I'm not sure.
I would have
But
to
I
ask. I don't
do
think so.
see what you mean by it is from another short or another one of the.
No, it is legitimately. He just took the frame
Yeah.
from the Honkai Impact short and then told the
Yeah.
individual who drew this for him, "Can you just do this?"
Yeah,
Are you claiming
I'm
ours, Trace?
I'm not gonna
No,
say
we're
it was
not
Trace.
gonna say that
Because
Absolutely not. Because one, we have no proof.
Yeah.
2, we have no proof. 3, there is no proof. So here's what
There's
I will
lots
say.
of no proof.
Here's what I will say. He literally just took the frame and told them to draw that. And again, it gets back into that. Well, do you care about people doing poses and stuff? No, I don't care if that's what he's doing. But because he apes every single thing about his model, there's nothing original about it. It's just like, yeah, I got Splatoon hair. I'm not going to deny that. I looked at Splatoon and said, you know what? I'm going to be a little funky. That's the only thing about Occo that comes from something else.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everything I've done about my model is completely original. All right? Occo is a Gyaru, which it was rare at the time when I did it. She's also Milfy. And she, well, that's not really original, but like there's a lot of things about my model that was original and I spent a lot of time doing.
Here, I'm going to give another great example. Part of my model will have inspiration from Xenoblade. And not even that. Like, I'll take it a step further. Honkai Star Rail. But it's
Yeah, but
one
like,
tiny thing in it.
The difference is that it's not, that's the other thing.
Well, no,
is
that's what I'm
it's not
saying.
even
It's
obvious.
like if you want to do one thing, maybe two things, but make it flesh, but like mix well with like what you're doing, great. Make it your own thing. But this isn't that.
Yeah.
I would say the
No.
only thing about this that is Dawn's own thing is the hair.
The hairpin. Exactly. The hairpin is the only original thing.
Well, and the hair style, I think.
No, I think the hairstyle is also BB's hairstyle.
I'm
I think.
not.
I
I'm
don't
not
wanna
gonna say I'm sure on that.
I'm not gonna
But
say
the
like
hairpin,
100%,
yes.
but
The
like
hairpin, the heart thing, yes.
that came from their first design, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hi.
let's read these tweets. No, this seems serious. No, I mean like it's only serious. It's serious enough for the people that talk about it, which is me and Temp. It's more of just like I want to rant about a locale that I have the pleasure of observing. Basically, that's it. Because Dawn is a locale that they're kind of just like one that's off in their own pasture, and nobody else observes them but me. Basically, even though I'm trying not to observe them full time. My model's basically my MommaOcco character, so that's technically 17 years of history. That's all different too. That's beautiful.
Say what you will.
Say what
Herschel,
you
the
will.
Void Eyes peak. I find no fault. I wouldn't find a fault either.
Again,
if
I agree. If that was the only thing taken, I don't care. That's the only that's the only big reason why I'm getting audit is because there is nothing original about this model. Absolutely nothing at all. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that because I'm gonna be on that for fucking all night, and I am already gonna have to cut out a lot of this. So Dawn on their tweet here, where they are not going after me, says, "quote I have already rekindled about half of you KGE members."
No.
Unquote.
Hold on. Let me read it because you're reading it wrong. I've already rekindled. God, I have already rekindled about half of your KGE members.
I read it right. What the fuck? I think that is okay.
Good for you.
Listen. You can't do that.
No,
because I read it right.
He's done this for years, though, of not spelling correctly, and it's bothered me every single time.
I don't think that is his spelling.
Yo, you think someone else wrote this?
I know for a fact, based off of how I know what happened, that is him quoting somebody else. So what I think happened is he quoted a line from somebody else and I don't know the entire story. I know the basics. I know enough to know to build the story, basically. From what I understand, one of the individuals the individual he is talking about, who was estranged from him, estranged is a light way of saying it, who does not like him anymore, and who was previously estranged from members of his little group. That individual has been reaching out to people except for him, basically, from what it sounds like, and trying to mend with them. And he is not happy with that from the sounds of it.
Okay.
And anyway, if you want to read the tweet, you're more than welcome to.
Good
Just
for
have
you.
to let you know that the quote is not him.
Absolutely. If you yeah. Okay. Good for you. Be friends with them and stop chasing us at this point. All you're causing me is stress. You had a bit of incentive to try and talk to me, to de-escalate something, but now it's settled and you're taking advantage of this situation to try and be friends with me again. I saw you sneak into my stream once. Understand this, I can recognize you have become a better person, but that will never erase the sins you did to me, and I will forever want to avoid you completely. People like you traumatized me. And now, thanks to another, I'm heavily incentivized to never help another soul that is remotely similar to how I once was, because all it does is hurt me. 3 strikes from now on, no more 20 chances, no matter what their past is.
Oh, fuck. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't have 100% of the details, because I know that I have not tried to pry for them. I've built enough of this to understand what's going on here. So again, one of the individuals that decided to separate from Dawn is like repairing with some of the other people. They're basically in one of the loops that I caught myself in when I was like, well, I still want to kind of be friends with these people, but that means I gotta have to deal with the retard. I have to deal. That's the thing. Is just like, I kind of want to be friends with them, but the retard is also attached to them. So damn it, I guess I gotta like, you know what I mean? That's the problem I always had. And it took me like being like, okay, I can't do this anymore for that loop to be broken. So here's what I will say. I think that if there is commonality that this unnamed person can have with some of the friends that Dawn has, fine. Fantastic. You do that. I will tell you right here, right now, I know you are listening. This is a loop. This is a loop that you have caught yourself in, where if you do actually repair the way that that this is implying you're going to get caught in this loop again
And
and
again,
again
and again.
and again, because the problem with Dawn is even if you repair with them and even if you quote unquote start over with them, they will find new reasons to get pissed off at you in the future. They will find new reasons to be an asshole to you in the future, and eventually you're just going to lose those people anyway. So here is my advice to you, unnamed friend. All right? Stop. There are plenty of other people in the sea that you can be friendly with on the internet. All right? The motherfuckers that this guy, that orbit this man is not worth it. All right? It is not worth it. All right? Lane is a dick sucker that will do nothing but sign off on what this man does for time immemorium. All right? I am convinced that Lane will literally be left with nothing but Dawn himself. That is how it is going to go. All right?
Admittedly, I don't know if I'd have brought Lane up, but okay.
I don't care at this point. Lane and Dawn are inseparable. They're if Dawn wasn't in a relationship with somebody else, I'd be convinced that Lane and him were in a relationship, honestly. But like Josh, their other friend, I don't know much about him. I just know he goes with the flow. None of these people are worth it. Okay? None of them. They all are parasitic to Dawn.
Lane, what I do, I don't know. Who are you people?
Wrong lane.
Wrong lane, but I do appreciate that we got a laugh out of that. It's funny.
That's good. That's good. Wrong lane. But yeah, it's just like these people aren't worth it. These people are all parasitic to one very sick, one very sad individual, and eventually he's going to burn them too.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Eventually, Lane is going to be the only one left, and he's going to get burned too. Okay? Lane is the biggest dick sucker, probably his biggest simp. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not going to opine how much money that Lane gives him, but probably. I don't care either way. I just know that Lane literally will die on the hill of Dawn always being right.
I will admit, you should not stay on this one too long before you circle.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so this happens. And I'm like, I know immediately who this is about.
You will have to tell me in private, obviously, because I have no idea.
I will. But like, I had some thoughts about who it was. I went to them. And said, "Is this about you?"
To be fair, when I first saw this, I thought it was about you. Because that's all the talks about. It's you. He has an obsession with you.
With me. Well, I mean, not really. His obsession has kind of moved on to other people as well. And this is the sad part. It's 1 o'clock. I need to sleep. That's fine, Magma.
That's fine, Magma. You should get some sleep.
Here's the sad part about Dawn. They will attach themselves to hating somebody. Before me, it was Yami, my mod. One of my mods, it was Yami. Then when it came to me, it was me.
And then
after me,
it was me.
It wasn't you. No, it wasn't you. They kind of forgot it. Dawn forgot about you.
No, for a while there, Dawn was very anti-me. For a long time there.
Yeah, but I don't think he talked about you as much.
Yes, yes, he did. A lot of people... I actually tried rekindling before I really just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
And I think it was Lane or someone else basically said, I don't know if you should join the server because Dawn has talked nothing good about you for like the last several months. And if you join the server again, you might just be straight up banned by our mods.
That's interesting.
So, but that was after I posted the meme you made. The Prisma Ilya one.
I see.
You know which one I'm talking about.
If Dawn is... maybe. Yes. If Dawn is bad, why do these people stick around him? Because they're just as sick and sad as he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, the thing that's really sad is Lane actually has a life. At least last I checked, Lane had a life outside of Dawn. But Lane kind of just is forced to watch all of the people that they like online get chased away by Dawn. And again, I'm not gonna circle on that, but like that's the problem is Lane does have a life, but Dawn kind of chases away everybody online, and I don't know why Lane hasn't recognized this yet. I mean, like I kind of don't care, Thank you, Magma, for the 5. Good night, Magma. Appreciate the 5. But like again, I don't understand it because I would have thought at some point Lane would have looked at all of the people dropping around him and said to himself, "Why is it one person?"
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Why is one person dictating all my friendships? Why is one person chasing away everybody that I vibe with? And I'm not gonna say that I was like BFFs with Lane. I mean, like I attribute a lot of good things to Lane. I met you through Lane.
Yeah.
But like there are a lot of people that Lane no longer has contact with because of Dawn. Dawn chased them away, and Lane has had to concede and just stick with this guy.
Mhm.
Anyway, so side tangent. These tweets happen. I reach out to the person I think it is. Turns out I'm correct. Ask them what happens. They told me they really would rather not elaborate, and so I'm like, okay, if they don't want to elaborate, I'm not going to talk about it. However, I am going to tweet about it because I think it's incredibly funny. So even, and I'm saying this by the way because I don't want this individual to. This individual is obviously in a weak spot right now, and I don't want them to continue to get weak. So I will say, this individual did not really approve or disapprove of me talking about this. I just told them I am going to talk about this because this is bullshit in my personal opinion. And like they refused to tell me the details because they really just were. They were in a, like I said, a weak spot, and I would say that chat, I would ask for prayers for that kind of thing because, like, again, when you go through a cycle of abuse with somebody like Dawn, it really takes a toll on you. And I remember those tolls it took on me and that it took on multiple people around me. So I would ask that you would pray for the individual that I'm not going to name tonight. But I was like, okay, if they're not going to tell me, that's fair. I'm going to see and ask other people if they're okay. And talk, and I kind of found out through seeking through some channels that Dawn had basically convinced another friend of this friend to avoid them, and basically Dawn had isolated this friend from another friend, which it's kind of not even kind of, that is pretty damn fucked up in my personal opinion. Now I don't know the specifics of what was said. All I know is that Dawn is like has isolated, and I'm not gonna say they're trying to isolate a lot of people, but Dawn has basically isolated a friend that was trying to stick up for this other friend, and it's kind of depressing sounding. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna talk about this. Why do I feel like we have deja vu? Because this is the cycle of Dawn. This is the cycle of Dawn. Dawn goes through these cycles. I'm guessing this is the mental abuse part. Yeah, this is the mental abuse part. Yeah. This is the cycle where with Dawn, what will happen is if you get into a fight with them and you don't repair and they decide you're persona non grata, they will start shit talking you in other people's servers. They will start saying anything that they can to try and get other people on their side. They've done this with me, and I'll be honest with you, the people that they've done it with, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. All right, I got my own, again, like I said, I don't care about Usagi defending Dawn. Really could give less of a shit if Usagi's defending you, in my personal opinion. But like, what they will do is they will say all manner of false shit about you and try and spin you in such a way that makes you sound worse than you already are. And they will try and convince other people to not talk to you. And it's kind of sad. Kind of sad.
So
pretty shitty in my personal opinion.
I actually responded to Dawn, or not responded, but I responded to you that Dawn tweeted.
Which Usagi? Usagi Calamari, the one that got outed for asking another lolicon some very fucked up personal details about their childhood, talking about explicit things basically. I would want to do a stream on that person one day, but I feel really grossed out thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
We'll see though. Anyway, go ahead.
So, when Akko quote tweeted this, I responded to Akko saying, "I can see you no quotation. I can see you become a better person, but not even kindly fuck off." Out of quotations, they've just given up on second chances. One fuck up, no matter how minor or major, and it's off with the gallows to you with you apparently. Jesus, Don, there comes a point, and you've gone far past it. Don responded. Now I want to add, and I laughed. Akko can confirm this.
I will.
This is the first time that Don has actually given me any attention, or like kind of noticed
For
me
a long time.
for a very long time. And based on the fact of how he's answering, he does not know it's me.
Which is hilarious if that's true.
So he says, actually gives 100 times chances before telling the person to fuck off. But sure, go with that. I'm sorry. What was that one time is all it takes? Because pretty sure my community gets on my ass for giving too many chances. If anything, it's the opposite. And he posted this something from his server, but there's no context to it. Someone actually responded and posted a clip from our stream when I was bitching about 14.
Oh, that is funny. How do you find these messed up window lickers? Because I don't have Twitter. I don't find them. I mean, like, I got into knowing these people because of roleplay, and maybe that's a sign
Same.
that roleplay is the problem.
So, well, okay, I will fully admit, if it wasn't for roleplay, I wouldn't have met Akko.
Yeah, there's like a few diamonds in the rough that you can always get.
If it wasn't for roleplay, I actually wouldn't have met my best group of friends, which is Akko included.
Yeah. So I would say that there is diamond. You kind of have to take the trauma of knowing a shitty individual that literally has tried to ruin people's lives. Well, that's kind of objective in my personal opinion. They do a pretty shitty job. They would do a pretty shitty job in my personal opinion. Basically, they whine, bitch, and moan all the time about shit. Like I would say that just a very sad individual. And in my personal opinion, they have no plans on stopping. I remember the last time I talked about them, I remember offering them a seat at the table to come and explain things. No, I'm never offering that again. I'm never offering that again. All right. I will say right here, right now, that was a mistake for me to even offer because I part of me was like maybe it would get taken. No, it wouldn't get. And I'll be honest with you, never gonna offer that kind of shit ever again to somebody like Don is one of those individuals that once you learn how much of a snake they are, you don't give them chances. You just cut them off, and you hope that you never have to face the repercussions of it.
Yes.
And I hope and pray that more and more people, and obviously it's one of those things where it's just like, I'm not going to tell people to boycott individuals. I'm not going to tell people that they should or shouldn't watch content. If you're interested in the shitty content that Don does, go right ahead. I don't care.
If you like Don's content, more power to you. Really.
Yeah, I don't care. I am doing this primarily to inform people of some behavior that I just don't like. And as somebody that talks about drama, I try not to be a moral fiend about it.
Mm-hmm.
But as somebody that talks about drama, and as somebody that observes an abuser that constantly abuses other people, other mentally ill people, by the way. I should say, not every individual that Don has had tiffs with has been mentally ill, but a lot of them have been. And I wouldn't make the allegation that he willingly like tries to take advantage of that, because I have no proof and I don't personally believe it. But it does really hurt to see him take advantage of a lot of individuals that I believe couldn't answer properly to him. Don't make friends and don't get into the drama. No, I when it comes to that kind of Medicare creed, I'm kind of like split down the middle, because I kind of agree, but by the same token, I know that there are genuine people online that you can interact with. Plus, Medicare's a bit of a hypocrite because he married his dream wife from the internet. I'm too fair. Some people would disagree with you on that. Some people would definitely disagree with you on that, but I appreciate that. Some people think I literally shield actual mean, horrible people in my own right, but you know, it's whatever. I don't know. I am not gonna. I would say that I've gone on long enough talking about this. This has been over an hour. I'm gonna have to trim this down before I actually decide to post it as its own thing on YouTube. But like, no, I don't believe in moral imperatives. I don't believe in like being a moral fiend about this. But all I believe is just like Don is a shitty person. They're a shitty person, and I feel like I kind of should just say, "Hey guys, this is a shitty person. This is somebody that I know of. This is what they are known to have been doing. These are some of the problems. I can recommend my previous 6-hour live stream I did about them.
Might I add that
part of-
he bitched about for several hours but never watched.
Yeah, as far as I know, he has never seen that stream. By the way, Don, I doubt
you watch
he's
this
watching
one.
this one. By the way, Don, you should know that I played your phone call. You didn't wish me Merry Christmas phone call in that stream, because it made you sound like literally unhinged as hell.
We won't play it again. If you all want to hear that, you have to go back to that stream.
No,
that's a whole other thing.
I considered uploading it, but it's not really mine to upload. But
yeah, it's a stream. Just gotta go find it.
Yeah, I have the entire call up on my stream, but it's just interact at your own risk. You've been warned. Yeah. And I'm not even trying to do the gay shit that Rima did. I'm just like, listen, here's proof that this person has actually hurt other people. He's gonna call it. Here's what's gonna happen. By the way, I'm calling this right now. He's gonna say that I've slandered him. He's gonna whine, bitch, and moan behind the scenes. I'm gonna get proof of it because I always get proof when you whine, bitch, and moan, Dawn. Always. Unless it's in your private rant channel that you literally had to private because you had so many of your friends, which you should still watch, by the way, that have given me stuff because they think that it's stupid that what you're doing. And, you know, if you do it, I will hear about it. And depending on
and if Occo hears about it, I will probably hear about it. Just letting you know.
Yeah. And depending on what you choose to say, I may respond again. Because I'm allowed. Listen, I will not start drama, but I will respond to it. And this is me responding to it, basically. I found you to be genuine. I think you should. I mean, like, I try to be genuine, but I would try and tell people that you should seek out the truth for yourself and make sure that you're not just listening to a snake oil salesman. Even with me.
So I do want to bring one last thing up about Dawn, and then because they responded to the fact that we're doing this stream.
Yes, they have.
And said, I feel like this is grounds for defamation at this point. This is all about private DMs and me telling a person that hurt me in the past, I don't want to talk.
Well, I never shared the DMs.
We never shared the DMs. We have talked about them, but we never shared them at the poster's request.
Yes, the poster in question told me not to share them. I will say this because I did save them because I will save everything that has to do with Dawn. That isn't just them playing gotcha games because that is annoying and boring. But in their DMs, they did. Let me find this. I will not read their whole DMs. I'm going to read this one part because I found it incredibly hilarious for them to say. Give me one moment. Where is it? There it is. Oh, goodness.
Now, admittedly, Dawn also said I should feel like I should alert my artist to this.
Good luck. Again, if you think that your artist is like... your artist can contact me, but if they file a DMCA, I will fight that.
Because it is transformative.
It is transformative, yes. I have been transformative with the work, so good luck with that one. Hold on one moment. Where did I put it? There. Okay, so this is... I will not read their DMs. I will say... I would read this... I will read this one line, because this line is hilarious as hell. All right? And this is, by the way, coming from Dawn. All you fucking autistic fucks never listen or never learn or care about the stress you put on me or your friends. I'm gonna read that again. All you fucking autistic fucks never listen. I need to like make that as a quote rotation.
You
Like
do.
you know how the farms has like quote rotations. I need to make that a quote rotation for something of mine. I'm just like that is a quote to keep. And this is in big caps. All of you autistic fucks never listen or learn or care about the stress you put on me.
Why do they keep talking about their artists like they're a lawyer? Because they think they can do anything with transformative content, which they can't.
Oh fuck, it's just so hilarious. All you autistic fucks never listen or care. It's so hilarious. Want to be slobber dog. Oh. Tits are trustworthy. Dawn's destroying themselves. Yes, I would agree with that.
I'm gonna disagree with that. Dawn is stagnant. Dawn could get better. At least
Being stagnant is a form of destroying yourself.
fair.
When you
Fair.
are not going forward, you are going nowhere and you are going backwards. So I would say that Dawn is destroying themselves by doing nothing.
Fair. No, you're right.
It's my personal opinion, though.
Give me a Twitter. So again, no one. If we find out anyone is actually going after them for this, you will be banned. Straight up.
You're not. No, absolutely not. No, if you feel like you have to find his Twitter, you go find it. I'm not going to share it. Okay. All I will say is, if you find his Twitter, be ready. Be in private, because his Twitter is nothing but porn.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, I mean, like, if I could retweet porn without getting my algorithm censored, I probably would.
Yeah,
But
so would I.
no, don't do that. Because just look at it in private, because it is nothing but porn.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I'm out of course rock in Minecraft.
No gay ops. Exactly.
Yes, we don't believe in gay ops, and if you do it, you get banned. Because I'm not going to give Dawn a reason to try and like bitch and moan that I'm like a scary, horrible person.
When I see his streams appearing, I just scroll past. That's what I do. I do that with anyone I don't like. And to be fair, it's actually not a lot of people.
Oh, they call that decay? Yes. You don't need to do anything. Dawn that's the other thing. There's a reason why, because like for a while when I was not like serious, I thought about doing streams on Dawn. And even though I don't talk to my old manager anymore, the number one piece of advice that he helped me out with is to recognize that not only is Dawn not worth it, but it is a waste of my time.
Yep.
And so I never have done streams. And the only reason why I am I do streams, I've done these 2 streams, is because I felt like it is sufficient enough for me.
Yep.
But unless Dawn continues to harass people, and he does so in a way that I feel like merits talking about it again, I'm not going to talk about it again. There's no reason to. I did think it was funny that like when he was arguing with this other individual in DMs, he was like, "Now I have to deal with Akko doing another live stream," and it's just like, you know it, buddy. Oh, it's just I retweet lose. There's a little difference. No gay ops, only straight engagements. Yes, you can only give straight engagement. Chat. Oh, for fuck's sake. With that out of the way, did you have anything else for tonight?
No, that was it.
You don't have nothing else. See,
I mean, to be fair, like, there's other things we could talk about, but I know you. I could hear your brain shutting down.
Not really.
No?
No, I mean, like, is there other little things you want to talk about?
Do we want to end on a side note?
A side note?
On a
That's
side
different.
note. Let's change the topic up a little bit. Capcom admits Monster Hunter Wilds fell short of our expectations. Yeah.
Hold on.
Monster Hunter Wilds has had a perilous fight to win players' hearts in Capcom's pocketbooks in the month after it's released this past February. But while we've known since launch that many of the series fans have disliked the game, it's not a lot, admittedly. You may act like it's a lot. It's actually not as much as you may think. The game still did very well. We're now learning that even in its first quarter, Wild sales disappointed its publisher. The hell?
Is that me?
I don't know.
No, it's not me. My stream's still on.
Here. Sorry, Chat. I didn't have it on screen. Oh, it must have been me. I think it's Discord having issues again. Discord has issues a lot now.
It does. Maybe that's because they're going public.
Yeah. Anyway, um, the immediate launch phase saw 10 million copies sold, which is probably pretty great, but it fell apart so quickly. The legs, which is to say longer-term sales, have been rough. Still, some of us are surprised that they were so rough as to make that very first sales window an outright disappointment for Capcom. Let's dig in. The news comes from Capcom's Q1 Financial 2025 results conference call, which is arguably as official as one can possibly get. These are the moments where investors get to grill companies for their quarterly performance. The companies, in turn, frequently attempt to put a right proper spin on negative slant queries. But they'll be in hot water if they outright fib the numbers. After all, our plain as day in the prepared slides. Capcom is often rather straightforward in its answers, though, and they wasted no time getting to the heat of things here. Monster Hunter Wilds was no dud, but its sales tail have been chopped off by a weak reception from fans. Just the same, and as we recently reported, customarily strong numbers from Resident Evil and a powerhouse performance from aging warhorse Devil May Cry 5 did a lot of heavy hitting, which one investor was quick to note. Question. It seems that soft sales from Monster Hunter Wilds in a digital contents business were offset by sales of catalog titles from series such as Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. Is this correct? Answer. Sales of Monster Hunter Wilds during the first quarter fell short of our initial expectations. On the other hand, sales for Devil May Cry, for the Devil May Cry series increased due to promotions tied to the release of the new animated series, while sales for the Resident Evil series increased due to the promotions carried out in conjunction with the release date announcement for the latest title in the series, Resident Evil Requiem. There it is in plain print. Wilds fell short of our initial expectations. Elsewhere in the report, Capcom notes that 10 million units were sold within the first month of release, explaining that the large initial batch of players has presented them with a valuable opportunity for us to gain many insights. Wild's well-documented technical problems on PC, where it sold especially well, have undoubtedly been scrutinized, hopefully to a good effect in future launches. Another key point for the troubled title came from a separate investor question. Could you explain about your strategies to increase future sales for Monster Hunter Wilds, as well as other recovery measures for the full year catalog unit sales plan? Answer. Overall, sales of catalog titles are progressing smoothly in line with this fiscal year's sales plan. For Monster Hunter Wilds, we will aim to encourage sales through free title updates and pricing strategies, while also continuing to focus on expanding sales of other catalog titles. We can set aside the first sentence of Capcom's answer for the purposes of this article. The rest is admittedly hardly a unique response from a publicly traded corporation. But if I had to read between the lines, there might have been an opportunity here to delve more deeply into the Monster Hunter Wilds problem. The publisher knows better than any of us just how uphill a battle this is going to be. For what it's worth, the gamer's reviewer actually really rather enjoyed Wilds, as did plenty of other critics. So it's got that going for it, at least. It just remains to be seen whether Capcom can reverse course for a game that has been so rapidly bested in post-launch sales figures by other games they made, including Dante's 2019 adventure. I'm going to give some potential responses to this. The performance issues are absolutely one of them. The performance has gotten better, quite a bit, actually, since launch. Capcom has been very active in fixing the performance, but these performance cryers are also the same people of, like, if this even dips one frame, performance is lost. So
People are like that in Monster Hunter?
people are like that in gaming.
I never really understood that. Like I actually like learned the other day that there's a lot of AMD 4 chips that do just as good as a lot of the AMD 5.
Yep.
And obviously I don't care because like I'm not gonna have to replace my my computer parts for quite a long time.
Oh, yeah.
With my stuff being the newest of the new, basically. But it made me think. I was like, okay, if this AMD chip that I have isn't much better, like, oh fucking, what am I trying to say? It isn't much better, like performance wise, then why am I happy that I have it? Mostly just because I won't have to replace it in a while. That's the only reason why I like went for the newest, basically.
So, in that regard, like Capcom is actively, or specifically the Monster Hunter dev team has actively come out and said, "Hey, we're sorry for the performance issues. Here's some plans, and we're going to act on these as we can." The most
Hello,
recent one
Amal,
they
welcome.
did. Oh, hi, Amal. Welcome.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Anyway, what Capcom did recently was actually acknowledge that Denuvo is a problem, and actively reduced what Denuvo does by 90%. It is practically dead for the game, but it is still there because contracts. So they've heavily reduced how much Denuvo does, and it has increased the performance of the game.
Yeah.
But
Jamal.
Capcom has also said the big performance update is the title update 4, which my guess is the final title update for the base game.
Oh, I need to turn off my recording
because we're getting close to the expansion launch, and I'm guessing if there's any performance issues in title update 4, they're going to launch it with the rest, like with the expansion.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the world
Don't
as
mind
well.
what just happened.
Oh, don't mean to disturb. Probably's gonna lurk. No worries, Amal. You
That's fine, Amal.
never disturb. You're good.
I hope that you had a good Sunday.
Yeah.
Also, since Amal is, even if she's not in chat, I want to play the intro real quick. It's a good intro. I should replace that with the EOP because it'd be a lot funnier. Anyway, continue.
But no, that's it. And Capcom is definitely going to see a bigger jump in sales pretty soon, because they did announce the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
We don't quite know how Title Update 3, which comes out at the end of September, is going to truly be like, because we know Omega's coming in it, but we don't know if Omega is the only, like, new monster alongside probably their next Arch-Tempered.
Right.
So
I won't know because I don't play.
Yeah, you don't play.
You make it sound so sad that I don't play.
The collab is going to bring a lot of exactly, and 14 is getting a collaboration where 14 is getting Guardian Arkveld as a trial. For those who don't know what trials mean in 14, that's essentially a boss fight.
Excuse me.
So it's like a boss fight with like 8 different players fighting one boss.
It's a good one. Another one would be, well, Jamal, don't pull out the 9. Geminair, send me that clip. I'll add it to it because I want to make the intros like 5 to 10 seconds.
So yeah, we don't quite know. I think it's gonna be the only monster. We'll see. I don't think it will be. I think they will do something else because, don't get me wrong, a crossover collaboration like this is nice, but people play Monster Hunter for the Monster Hunter monsters. I think Omega is going to be like a nice treat, essentially. But we'll see. Because they've been pretty tame on the title update monsters.
Have they now?
Well, every title update, it's been one Arch-Tempered, which is just like one existing monster in the game, and then one new one.
Mm-hmm.
Title update 2 had 2 new ones. Title update 1 only had 1 new one. So at the pace they're going, I could see Omega being one of the 2 for title update 3. I don't think they'll do 3 new ones for update 3 though. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think it's just going to be Omega for update 3.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
I think we're getting one Arch-Tempered. If I had to guess, it's going to be New Udra. The octopus one.
Oh, dear.
And then Omega, and then one other one. I don't know if it's going to be like a new one or a returning one. If I had to guess, it is going to be Electric Doggo. I forget his name. Monster Hunter vets will remember his name immediately. I'm blanking on his name.
Yeah.
But Electric Doggo and Omega.
What's the story behind Dogwave? So most people might know who Mersh is from Revenge of the Sith.
Zenogre. Thank you, chat.
Mersh is a very funny little guy, and he had a show called Nightwave. It's like his nightly podcast show where he gets on stage, talks about how much he hates Trump now and how much he hates Rumble now. And I wanted to make a joke based off of that and ape the idea of Nightwave because he kind of like steals everybody's shit for himself
Mhm.
and do that. And I decided to call it Nightwave. There's also the inspiration because of Nightwave from Warframe, but more because of Mersh. But it kind of evolved. I think at one point we just randomly called it Dogwave.
No, someone in chat randomly called it Dogwave. I think it was Tapeworm.
Did somebody
actually.
in chat? Okay.
I
Whoever
think
it was,
Tapeworm.
they kind of shaped that because we decided that Dogwave sounded cooler because you got the idea of a dog riding a wave, which combines water and
Dog.
water and dog. Yeah. Thought it was Warframe. I think there was a little bit of inspiration from Warframe.
So,
but
yeah, because of that. Oh. Tapeworm, are we wrong on that? Was it not you?
And it's just like, it would have been funny if like we did it for a while. And my head was like, oh, maybe Merch would eventually find out and bitch out. But I was like, you know what? Changing it would make it more fun, more original, I guess. Not I guess, it would just be more original.
It was me, but I refuse credit. Okay, fine. We did it.
A dog riding a wave, I can dig it, yeah.
We do want to get a proper logo made, but I think we're going to wait until my new design is done so we can do one better.
Yeah, we could do an actual logo. I have some ideas for that too. But yeah. Zyongr, hi Atari. Yes, hello
Zenogre.
Atari, welcome. Anyway, that's unless you got anything else.
No, that was pretty much it.
That's Dogwave.
Chat, ironically, what's funny is I didn't think we had a whole lot to talk about. And then we spent an hour and a half talking about Dawn.
You're welcome.
It's fine.
I was thinking it was going to be a short night tonight.
Yeah. So, next week, because we're winding down Dogwave now. Next week, I grounded on Friday, or not Friday, Wednesday. Grounded on Wednesday with MommaOcco and Magma. Resident Evil 7 returns Friday. Abiotic Factor with Magma on Saturday. Baldur's Gate 3 Saturday night. And then Dogwave Sunday.
Fun. I think my week is going to be about the same as it always has been. I think I mentioned it already, chat, but like as we're getting towards the end of the year, my moving journey is slowly beginning. I'm looking at jobs right now. I'm applying to stuff right now. I'm going to see what I can put the feelers out for. I already know kind of what I want to jump back into.
Yeah.
Or jump into, I guess I should say. Because this is my first time applying for the... What the fuck was that?
Sorry, I was looking for someone to raid, and I pulled up Mizu.
Okay. I was like, what kind of noise is that?
That was Mizu.
By the way.
That was the poll.
I am also going to raid Mizu. But
I just should see if he's live and what he's doing.
Yep, he is live. Thank you, Sly, for the gift membership. I appreciate that. Don't forget, I do have to read my super chats as well.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But like as my moving arc starts, I am probably there it goes. I am probably going to take some time off to go to the area I'm thinking about moving to.
Yep. You mean work or streaming or both?
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna use the
if I'm
restroom
able
real
to bring
quick.
my
I'm
laptop
sorry,
with me. You're good. And I think what I'll do is I'll just take like a couple days. If I can get some interviews, go down there, bring some some of my stuff to that new area, and see. We will see. We will see. We will see. Meantime, I'm like trying to figure out if I want to put another little building here. Just here, chat. Let me I'm using spec mode to take a look around. I use spec mode a lot to like plan out my builds, but I want to build a staircase that goes down to here and curves around. Maybe I should work on this one first. That would probably, that would definitely make it easier. But I want a staircase to curve into another staircase, and that it goes into this pool area here, because this pool area, I was like debating if I wanted to fill it in. I feel like it's the perfect area to put like, maybe not carve it out, but like make into an actual pool, and then maybe include like an aqueduct or some other shit like that goes into the mountain here. But then I want to put the castle over here, which I think I got enough room for the kind of castle I'm looking for. I hope.
My apologies. I'm back.
But there is going to be a castle here. Welcome back. But anyway, can I move in with you? No homo? No. I think the place I'm going to move to probably won't have enough room. Anyway. That I expect that as I start working towards that, there's going to be a week where I don't stream, or at the very least, there'll be a couple days where I don't stream because I am looking towards moving around.
Mhm.
But that we'll see. It's not going to be this week. It's not going to be next week. If as we get into September to October, I want to see if I can make one of those trips in September, and then maybe do another one in October and take some stuff with me. And if it works out, perfect and fine. And then I'll hopefully have shit to move through.
Yep.
I'm here briefly after dying to a bunch of ghosts. I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, that's all I got for the rest of the week. So before we leave, let me read all the super chats that I didn't get to have play out or didn't play out, period.
Of course.
Internet Zen Master for 5. At this point, all I'm hearing is Bungie needs to crash the plane with no survivors. Just absorb them all already, Sony. Bungie is a lost cause. And I agree they are. Silks are Internet Zen Master for 5. Silksong is suffering from Cyberpunk 2077 syndrome. The expectations will be too high and people will not be satisfied. Where is HL3 Valve? It is never coming. Temp was like trying to.
I still
go
think
off on that
do
as
think
well.
it still
It's just never
exists,
coming.
but I don't.
By the way, chat, don't leave because I'm sending you to Mizu after this. Mercenary for 2. Street Fighter Chun-Li thigh jiggles. Yes. Tanner 6984. Thank you for the 5 Canadian. Have you heard you talk about jiggles? I sent you a tune that I made for Lumi as it was on topic. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll have to take a listen. I did see your message, so thank you. Overture saying for 5, as a member of the Yippies Merchants Guild under the Greater Table, will someone please think of the mod beasts and their erotic role plays? Not me. I appreciate that. Internet Zen Master for 10. So for those of us not playing 14, mod was made for things for horny times in game. We're getting Garbo Kotaku coverage over it, and NSFW role players most effective. Is my internet old head hearing this right? I'll kind of let you answer that a little bit better,
that's
but
pretty much
basically, yeah, it's basically right. You're basically correct on that, Internet Zen Master. Internet Zen again. For 5, take the ancient rights rules of the internet. Thou shalt not speak of B and replace B with these mods. Sounds like summer new friends ruin everything. Yes, I agree. Let's see here. Mercenary for 2. I try and help my parents any way I can afford to. And I right now, I if my parents actually need help, they will reach out to me. They do well enough on their own, but if they need help, they'll reach out, and if I can help them, I will. I've helped them financially in the past before if they've absolutely needed it, and I will do my best to help them again if absolutely needs to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But for the most part, yeah, like if you can help your parents, you should.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that's talking about Dawn. If I feel like I need to add a comment about Dawn that I haven't already, I will. But yeah, help your parents unless your parents are horrible people, like then that's a different conversation. But yes, Crundle Bundy for 10. Don't forget the Colombian cartel you run. I understand the joke there that is being made. I agree. I won't forget my Colombian cartel that I am in charge of. Me and Ava run it together. Mercenary for 2. My parents were the penny pinchers with the money. Yeah, some parents definitely are. Some parents definitely are. And then Internet Zen Master for 10. Quote, I'm autistic, I can't get a gerb, unquote. That is someone using the TISM as a crutch. You can work at a shipping warehouse or anything else providing a routine. Source, family with autism who has a job. No, I agree. As somebody who's worked at Amazon collectively for like 2 years over the last couple of years, I agree that you can get that kind of job. You can have that kind of stability. You just have to choose it. And if you don't choose it, like, then, you're just kind of, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that other than just you're kind of just a shitty human being if you're not willing to do anything.
Sorry. I'm just going through Don's Twitter because I'm dumb and stupid and I should not be.
Yeah, you're probably seeing a bunch of porn.
I am, but I'm sending you something that really hurts. Like, ah.
Oh, gross. That GIF is overused. We need some more.
To be fair, it's a good one, but
Yeah, but it's overused.
It
it's
is
an overused hentai.
I'm not
GIF.
gonna show it, chat, because
Anyway, Elysis for 5 Canadian. I trust the hottie Harlequin automatically. She has booba. Well, thank you. I'm not gonna say that you should 100% trust me for no reason. You should always question everything, even myself, because that is what a smart person would do. I'm not gonna say that you can't say that you trust me. And I do appreciate that you decide to put your stock in me. And by putting your stock in me, I mean that you gave me 5 Canadian dollars to say that you trust me. And I appreciate that. But you should always question everything, even me. Be willing to question even me, because I would not be a good person if that was not the case, basically. Mercenary for 2. I feel sorry for Dawn. They're destroying themselves. They have destroyed themselves. I don't really know what else is left to... I don't know. I don't really have much to say on that other than just they've destroyed themselves. They live in their squalor. And, I guess as long as they're happy, but I still get to laugh at them if I really want to.
Yeah.
So I'm really liking this right here. This allows me to like separate this part of town from this part of town. And if I'm remembering correctly, sorry, chat, I'm just like thinking. Yeah, this whole area here could be like market area. I could
autism
definitely
has
make
come
a whole
out to
market
speak.
area here. And then just like do a little wall of buildings around here.
Oh, my water bottle is empty for the first time today. Okay.
And Slime Maverick for 2, Dogwave Tax and VOD Gang also head path. Thank you. Appreciate that. I need to work on a head path thing. I don't know how to get it working, but I'll work on it eventually. That's Dogwave.
Dogwave. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're gonna read music.
My name is Ben MommaOcco. This is Temp.
I'm Temp. Again, chat. If you like the content I produce, I would greatly appreciate if you like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, join the Discord. It's the best place to be able to talk to me to know when I go live, and we have special dogs.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Thank you for the 2.
Wednesday night.
I'm gonna send. Mizu has Jazz in the chat, so you can go chill with Mizu and Jazz.
Yeah, they're playing First Ascendant. Go give some love to the puddle.
Not sure what they're grinding right now, but look at that. That's awesome. Really quickly, Mercenary for 2. Worst part is Dawn is hurting their parents. Yes, for the most part.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you, chat. You guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you on Wednesday for Hump Day. Bye.
Bye, chat.